IT coordinator is streaming this this platform to YouTube channel, and Justinas Kavoliūnas, who is VU SR IT coordinator, is helping us with the voting procedure. Right now, I would also like to ask you one thing. It's not due to our agenda, but I think you will excuse us. As you may know already, one of our former coordinators, HR coordinators, and Vice Leisure Affairs coordinators passed away a few days ago. Her name is Monika Gineikaitė, and we would like to ask you for 1 minute of silence to contribute our respect to our dearest member whom we really appreciated in ESN. Thank you very much for everyone. And right now we're proceeding with our platform. So first of all, in order to make this platform start, we need to check the quorum. So I will just check. So we have 24 members registered, and the quorum is reached. Justinas, can you confirm that? Justinai? Okay, probably Justinas right now is having.
I'm sorry. Okay. What was the question?
Was the quorum reached? Can you confirm that?
Well, yes. As I've gotten the registered members, yeah, the quorum should have been reached.
Okay. Thank you. So, as the quorum is reached, I would like to officially start this platform, and then I would like to ask our guests to say some words about reflections about our year of work that we had this year, and express some welcome words. So I would like to ask, first of all, Rita Venežindienė, who is our Vilnius University International Relationship Office Erasmus Student Coordinator, incoming Erasmus Student Coordinator, with whom we had the pleasure to work whole year.
Hello, everyone. I thank Victoria for inviting me to this event. And I was thinking what to say for this occasion. During all my years at Vilnius University, We worked very closely with your organization and had a really great experience. As we say in Lithuanian, praėjom ugnį ir vandenį, which literally means we passed water and fire. When I started working at the International Relations Office many years ago, your organization was really small, some 20 or 30 members, and it was called Mentor Program. Now it has grown significantly and has many ESN buddies. Well, international students stay maybe really challenging, especially for those who left their homelands for the first time. Mentors' help here is significant. Communication before arrival, about the social life, about living in Lithuania, studying at the university. The first meeting upon arrival and warm welcome at the airport or the bus or train station. All the help during the semester, where to find the faculty, how to fill in this or that document, how to get student card, or even where to find good and cheap beer. Many practical tips, what to do and what better not, help to understand the locals, Lithuanian patterns of thought and behavior. Those things help international students to get used to the new environment and make their stay much easier. A good mentor is a friend and a family member for the international student. Your work is significant in shaping the image of the country and the university. Most of the international students' integration into the university community is lying on your shoulders. The last year was extremely difficult due to the pandemic situation in Lithuania and all over the world. Self-isolation requirements upon arrival, teaching, and all the activities went remote. All this made communication even more difficult. But Victoria and her team did a really great job during this year, and I hope in the future you will keep doing the same way. I am sure your work with the international students, during your work, you got a lot of good and bad experience. You've learned a lot, and this experience will be important during all your life. I wish your organization a really big success. So thank you very much.
Very much, Rita. I would also like to say that it was a pleasure to work with you closely whole year. And I mean, as an ESN buddy, we still worked together. Sometimes we were coming to help the International Relationship Office, and it's huge experience. And it's really nice to see that we have this strong bond and strong relationship with our international office. And thank you very much for all your help as well with all the guidance throughout the years of existence of our organization.
Thank you, Victoria. You are great.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so right now, since we're proceeding with our platform, I would also like to ask other guests to say a few words. I will just quickly check. Justas Kvedaravičius, are you here? Oh, okay. Not okay. Because I'm confused. So I would like to ask our president, Vilnius University Student Representation President Justas Kvedaravičius, with whom we were also working whole year, to say a few words and reflections about the year. Thank you.
Well, naturally, Victoria, sorry about the fuss with the name Neda. We're currently in transition of the presidency, so the email is becoming Neda, so that's quite a fuss. But nevertheless, it's actually very, very nice to be here today. I remember 2 years ago, I was also I also had the chance to participate in the ESN Vilnius University platform, and it was really a great thing, because then we were partners like from the Youth Energy Society, and it was very grateful. And now I'm very happy that I had a chance to be in this partnership with you as a Vilnius University student representation, and go through all these years together. So, but naturally, these years have been extremely difficult for academic mobility, and it's really an important thing to notice. And when we're thinking about these, the year that we have passed, and the things that we have done. Also, I'm really grateful that in terms of those difficult years of academic mobility, we still managed to work together and achieve many new things, and develop the integration process of the international students, which was really a great thing to do. Naturally, we had our own difficulties, and not everything well went as planned, but I'm very happy that we managed to take the step and foresee that both the organizations can work together on that and achieve many more things. So I'm really wishing you all the success in doing this also in the other year. And I also personally, and from the entire Vilnius University student representation, wish to thank Victoria, Yeva, and all the team for your hard work and your dedication in actually doing this very hard job, and actually managing to do it quite very well. Also, I wish all the best for the new candidates. I see there are quite a lot of them. I wish good discussions, and let's hope also the best to you. So I believe the online platform will take place as usual. It's always very fun to see each other, and I guess I wish you all the best today. Turn on your cameras, let's speak up, let's talk, and have a good day discussing about the core matters of European Student Network. Erasmus Student Network. Oh my God. Okay, so thank you.
Thank you very much. You stay almost at the nether. Oh my God. Okay, thank you very much. You stay. Yeah, it was also a pleasure for all our organization to have this smooth work with you and with your team, and it was really nice that we managed to guide our international students together to make the integration week. Yes, so thank you very much also for the year, and yes, and thank you very much. All these words of appreciation are for all our members, not only for coordinators or board. Yes, so thank you very much. Then, as we're proceeding, I would also like to ask our another guest, Roman Udler, who is Vilnius University Student Representation International Coordinator, with whom we were also closely working about our about full-time students integration process. And I would also like to ask Roman to express some reflections of the year. Thank you.
First of all, hello everybody, and thank you, Victoria and the whole ESN team, for inviting me here to your annual convention. And I'm really happy to be here because I had the opportunity to work with great people like you, Victoria, or Yeva, or Beatrice, and you did a very, very great job. And as Vusa also introduced for the first time the position of a coordinator of international students affairs, we were also working closely together to improve the lives, to help our students, our international and foreign students, doesn't matter if they're full-time or Erasmus students, but together we achieved some good accomplishments. And of course, we had our difficulties at some point, but we tried to overcome them and we tried to work on them. And of course, I'm hoping that both of the organizations will continue to work closely together to improve the life of international students and Erasmus students, everybody all together. And I want to thank you for your great efforts, for your experience sharing, and for everything that we have achieved in the past months. So again, especially Victoria, Beatrice, and Yeva, thank you very much. And also for ESN, for the future, for the new candidates. I wish you all the best. Take the dedication, your engagement. It is valued a lot by the students who are coming into our university. And even though we're not thanked as much as we should have been, we are really, or people are really appreciating our work, and it is necessary. And thank you very, very much for your dedication and for hopefully fruitful cooperation.
Thank you very much, Roman. And yes, once again, it was a pleasure to work with you since starting from this year, Vilnius University Student Representation introduced this coordinator position, and we were so happy that finally, yes, we have the international person in the main body of student representation. And yes, it was a pleasure to work. And thank you also for all your experience you gave to us. Thank you. And then I would also like to ask our guest from ESN Lithuania, actually the president of ESN Lithuania, Ugne Zeniūtė. Ugne, are you here?
Yes.
Yes.
Hope you can hear me. First of all, I apologize for the not so professional, let's say, background and additional noises which you might hear as I'm just coming back from the COVID test. So I do apologize. Well, first of all, ESN Vilnius University has always, if I may say so, shown extreme dedication, and I don't think I will be mistaken by saying that love to your international students. And I'm very happy to participate in this event of yours and hopefully see the new leaders of your organization. In the last 5 years that I've been in ESN, one thing that I have always noticed about this section is that you had exceptional people. You had people who worked days and nights for the benefit, for the well-being of your international students, your Erasmus students. And I hope that the leaders you are electing today will follow in these really nice footsteps of the people before them. And I know that the last year was not easy for your section, but I do believe that you did so many great things that you should be proud of. You should be proud of your hard work and your great results. And as a one last thing, sort of a side note, I was once told that once you leave ESN, once you go into your career life and other aspects, the one thing that you take away from this organization are not the restless nights, not the titles or anything like that, but you take away the people, meaning that I hope that you will keep this in mind while volunteering in ESN Vilnius University and creating these beautiful friendships, which I hope will last for a lifetime. And I hope that the people who are watching this local platform, this is sort of used to in my mind automatically saying this local platform, I hope that you will keep this in mind and that you will keep the people dear to you who are currently volunteering at ESN Vilnius University, that you will be helpful to them, that you will be understanding, and that you will be working as a team, which in all fairness, you're a wonderful team. And I feel like ESN Vilnius University has again and again been a great example for the whole network. So right now, I will just wish you to have a lovely and fruitful platform. And I hope to see a lot of activity from your local members and a lot of virtual claps for all the people who have done amazing things in the last mandate. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ugne. It was nice to hear these words. And yes, I would like to emphasize the words that, yes, it's not the titles, it's not all the professional only things you take from this volunteering experience, but yes, you meet so many extraordinary people with whom it's a pleasure to work and just to volunteer in one organization. Okay, so since our guests already told their welcome words, I would like to proceed with the one more important step for our platform. For the voting procedure, we would also need people who are watching over the whole procedure and making sure that everything is done legally and there is no disturbance in the procedure. So for this, I would like to propose Žygimantas Senvaitis, our PR coordinator, and Evelina Juciūtė, our social Erasmus coordinator. Evelina and Žygis, do you agree?
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
Okay, and right now I would like to ask whole platform members if there are no objections for that. So I will count 10 seconds, and if there is no objections, we will just proceed. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No objections. Congratulations, Žygimantas and you, Evelina, are our scrutinizers for today. And Žygimantas and Evelina will decide who is their main chair for this platform. Okay, right now we also want to complete. We also have to complete one more important step. Is yeah, we will need a chairing team. So we will need one person who is going to moderate whole platform. Also, we need a person who is going to document the platform and all the procedures and presentations that are here. So for the moderator position, I would like to propose Ona Maria Ladigaitė, who is our former president of ESN Vilnius University, and right now Ona Maria Ladigaitė is ESN Lithuania Revision Commission chair. Onute, do you have any objections?
Yeah, not the chair, but I have no objections.
Okay, thank you. And right now I would like to also ask to propose Šarūnas Galinis, who is ESN ISM Vice President, to be a secretary of our platform. Šarūnas, do you agree?
Hello, everyone. Yes.
Okay, and right now the last step is I'm asking the platform members if there are any objections for these two proposals. I'm counting 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There are no objections. Congratulations. And right now, then Šarūnas is going to document everything, and I am forwarding the word to Onute. Thank you.
So thank you, Victoria, for this wonderful introduction, and thank you everyone today for trusting me and Šarūnas in leading this platform. I hope that everything will be well. If you have if something is not working, if you can hear me, or the view is buffering, just text in the chat and we'll act accordingly. Yeah, so to proceed with the agenda, what we need to do first is to actually confirm the agenda. So hopefully you can see the agenda in my computer screen. If not, please tell me. So as you can see, we already passed some of the formal parts of the agenda. So what we need to do now is to basically confirm that the order of all of the candidatures and presentations that we have today is to everyone's liking. So I'm going to briefly explain what's going to happen. So after this, we're planning to present the ESN Vilnius University annual report, which we will later on vote on, so keep that in mind. Then we will proceed with the candidacies to social Erasmus, leisure affairs, public relations, partnerships, CONAS and Šiauliai committees, and then we will have a candidacy for the president's position. Later on, we will move on to the voting procedure, which is going to be secret voting. And after that, we're going to announce the results and have some closing speeches. And of course, we'll have a 10-minute coffee break. So even though sometimes the agenda might change a bit, bonus
and Shule
the
committees?
time limits, and because we can't control everyone's presentation length and so on. But the whole structure should remain the same. So my question would be, does anyone have any objections regarding the agenda? I will be counting from 1 to 10, and if you have any objections, either say them now or remain silent forever. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. As I can see, there are no objections, so the agenda is approved, and we can move on. With the planned agenda of today's. So, as I mentioned, now it's the time to present the ESN Vilnius University annual report, which, according to our statutes, has to be approved by the quorum. So I will once again like to invite Victoria Milko, the current president, to present the ESN Vilnius University report.
Thank you, Anuta. 1 second, I will just share my screen. Okay, Anuta, do you see my screen?
Yes, I can see
Okay.
your screen.
Okay,
Everything
perfect.
seems to be working.
Okay, so right now I'm going to present the ESN Vilnius University annual activity report of 2020-2021. So please pay attention to that, and if you have any questions later, ask me or the committee coordinators for whom you are going to have questions. First of all, I would like to present the team with whom we were working whole year. So I was the president, then Ieva Pocute was our vice president, Beatrice Tabokaite was our regular board member. Also, Gabija Daunoravičiūtė is our regular board member, but she is from Vilnius University Student Representation PCP coordinator. Then I would like to present the team of our coordinators. It is Augustina Butkevičiūtė was our HR coordinator. Tigran Avagian was our leisure affairs coordinator, as we also had vice leisure affairs coordinator Justina Bučinskaitė, but right now she is not a coordinator anymore. Žygimantas Salmaitis was our PR coordinator. Gabriela Tijūnaitytė was our vice PR coordinator from October 2020. And Thomas Mikna became our IT coordinator from March of this year. We also had Evelina Juciūtė, our social Erasmus coordinator, Lucreția Lukaševičiūtė, projects coordinator. And from April 2021, we are happy to have Carmena Davidovaitė as our Šiauliai academy coordinator. Some numbers of this year. So in the autumn semester, we had 41 ESNer and 49 buddies. In spring semester, we had 34 ESNers and 31 buddies, because as you may know, in spring semester, we always have less students than in autumn. So we actually don't recruit as much as we recruit before the autumn semester. What concerns students, in the first semester we had 323 students, and in the spring semester we had 261 incoming Erasmus students. as a team of ESN Vilnius University, we had 8 board meetings. We had 8 board and coordinator meetings. Some of them were held live. Some of them were moved to online because of the pandemic. We also had 2 trainings, team buildings events, and 2 general meetings. Also, I would like to show you the budget of this year of ESN Vilnius University. As you can see, it is really significantly like actual budget is significantly different from what we have planned, because we were truly hoping that we will have our partners incomes from our partners, but because of the pandemic it decreased significantly. Then you can see that we were thinking of spending some money of our branding, but since this year we didn't order any t-shirts because we have plenty of them left. We decided to make board and coordinators jumpers, and for that we want to thank our international relationship office who ordered it for us. So we didn't spend money for branding. We spent 100 euros for ESN cards because it was also difficult to work with them during the pandemic. And also in the autumn semester, we had many live events for which we had some money spent for the gifts, and we also spent some money for gifts for ESN for our other ESN local sections during the Christmas time. Right now, I would like to say a few words about our annual goals that we have stated in the beginning of our candidacy. So we wanted to organize 2 successful orientation weeks, which includes 14 events, and it was absolutely completed. We implemented also our ESN Vilnius University conference, during which we would provide all the necessary information for international students, and they really appreciated this conference that we are making it. We also wanted to organize 2 ESN body trainings, and we also completed that. We wanted to organize 2 team buildings throughout the years, and we also did it because one was organized live, and then in the second semester it was online, but still it was a success for us. Improve ESN Vilnius University visual identity. It was also completed because we had a strong PR committee team who were working whole year a lot to improve the identity of our section. We wanted to update our web page, and it was also completed because we updated all the necessary information, all the members. And we also posted some articles and changed the logos and everything. We also wanted to bring Redas back. I wanted to write this in here because it's super important for us to have our mascot in Vilnius, and we did it. We took it from ESN show. And we also wanted to organize 4 general meetings, 2 per semester, but we completed it only partially because due to pandemic, it was difficult to change so fast into the online platform. We also wanted to help Vilnius University student representation to advance integration process for process of full-time students, and it was also completed only partially because we still lacked few moments to discuss some matters, but still it is a success because we're organizing the recruitment already together. We also wanted to organize 2 ESNers weekends, but it wasn't completed at all because due to the pandemic, we couldn't make it live, and in the online platform, it wouldn't be such a great idea to do that. Also, I would like to share that in the beginning of our cadency, we were attending Vilnius University Student Representation Planning session, and we stated some annual goals for this year. So the first goal, which was partially completed, it was about the international students survey. So we wanted to create a survey which would help which would help us to gather the students' opinion on the different matters, and we would work on these matters more carefully. And it was partially completed because we were working and collaborated together with Vilnius University International Relationship Office, and we already sent one of the feedback forms in last semester, and we are planning to do that in this semester as well. Also, our working group for this goal improved the feedback form, and we summarized the form when we got it from International Relationship Office, and we already managed to highlight at least some of the problems, and we can start to work with it. The second goal was to improve the internal communication of ESN Vilnius University, and it wasn't completed. We were trying to do team buildings and all the gatherings, but it didn't really work in the way we thought it would. So the conclusions are that the communication between the team wasn't improved, and there is still no actual communication plan for the whole team. There are still no team rules and a stable meeting day. So we wish that the next team would establish these things for them, for their team. Also, the participation in the events. So our organization participated in 3 national platforms of ESN Lithuania, local boards meeting number 3, national trainings. We participated in this twice, and we participated in the game night. We participated in Vilnius University Student Representation Summer Planning Session 2022, and the communication trainings. Yeva was participating in general and field-specific trainings. Also, we attended PCP trainings organized by student representation, and we participated in an annual convention of the other PCP unit of student representation, BETICATCH. Also, we actively participated in European Week of Sports, Health and Wellbeing Weeks twice, Social Inclusion Days twice, and SEP Zagreb. So, briefly about the meetings and calls we attended: Vilnius University meetings with Vilnius University International Students Dormitories Administration, meetings with Vilnius University International Relationship Office. In the national level of ESN, we attended. I attended ESN Lithuania's president's calls. On the level of Vilnius University student representation, we attended VUSA PCP meeting with student representation president, chairman of Kaunas faculty, Šiauliai Academy. Also, we had several meetings with the integration coordinator and international coordinator to student representation, working towards the improvement of the integration process of international students. And our organization had 3 meetings with the revision commission this year. However, we didn't invite revision commission for this platform this year because the strategy of revision commission was changed for this year, and they decided that they won't provide the feedback for each unit, but they will provide and see how the whole network was working. We're talking about orientation weeks. We had in the first semester we had 6 events organized. They were mixed, both online and offline. And in the spring semester we organized 7 events, and all of them they were online, and it was really nice that students truly loved it, and they said that it was nice that we still made it online. Right now, let's move to committees and coordinators of this year. So, Human Resources Committee, there are 4 members currently in the committee, and there are some things that the committee did throughout the year. I won't read everything because it's gonna take much time, so you can briefly see what was made, but mainly we are really happy that we had general meetings. We are very happy that we had the ESN body registrations and ESN body trainings and everything concerned with the body program at ESN Vilnius University. Leisure Affairs Committee, the committee report wasn't provided, but in the committee right now there are 13 members, and the committee organized 5 events throughout the semester, not including the orientation weeks, because on orientation weeks we are working always together. So we had 2 game nights, 1 karaoke party, which was really loved by everyone. Thank you, Tigran, for and Neringa for doing this. Then we had 3 pub quizzes. One of them wasn't online, and then 2 of them they were. Public Relations and Information Technologies Committee. So there are currently 9 members in the committee. There were 1 trainings organized for committee members in autumn semester. So here you can see many numbers, and I will just highlight that we are super proud about our video on the topic of equality. Also, we are proud about our 2 published articles in the webpage. Of course, we're proud about the strong PR team who created lots of our visuals, and also they helped us to order the jumpers for our coordinators to create all the visual of it. Also, Social Erasmus and Projects Committee. There are currently 14 members in the committee. There were 3 meetings organized throughout the year. This committee, I will truly say that this year it was one of the most active committees what concerns the projects and events, and we have finally in this semester we have finally started the Erasmus in Schools project, which is super nice. I attended one of them myself. Multilingual project also is completed, and also the committee is trying to promote the healthy lifestyle for Erasmus students, and also to promote social inclusion. Other activities and initiatives. So this year this semester we decided to make pancakes challenge, because it's one of the things that is so traditional for Lithuania to have užgavėnes and to make pancakes. We also made this ESN Body recruitment campaign with all the visuals and promotions. We were also delivering phone cards for students who were in self-isolation when they were coming to Lithuania before the semester. We were making step count challenge. We made photo contest, share your moments in Lithuania, which is currently in process. We were supporting Vilnius University International Relationship Office with the exchange students mobility promotion. We were constantly updating all the students in our internal groups about the COVID-19 situation and safety regulations in Lithuania for international students. For this, I would like to thank you particularly Beatrice, our board member, because she was one of those people who was all the time telling us all the necessary information. We were also contacting institutions when students got COVID-19, and we had to react very quickly. We were collaborating with Vilnius University student representation, creating recruitment process for the mentors and ESN buddies for the next semester. Our updates. So we updated ESN Buddy Guide because since we had this pandemic and some changes in Lithuania, we had to update it. ESN Buddy online test was created because we didn't manage to make any trainings face-to-face, so we had to do this test to ensure that ESN buddies are ready to be ESN buddies. Board and coordinators, not t-shirts but jumpers, sorry, it was my mistake to write this, were ordered. Section website was updated, coordinators positions were updated since we removed some positions and added some of them. ESN Vilnius University Facebook and Instagram accounts were constantly updated. New posts, online events were created. ESN Vilnius University merged with ESN SHU and created and established ESN Vilnius University Šiauliai Academy Committee, and right now Carmena is our coordinator here. And we are constantly updating our ESN Vilnius University Galaxy account. So that's it from me. This is the report of our whole year, and later we will have also voting for the approval of it. Okay. Yeah, I stopped sharing. Thank you very much.
Okay, so thank you, Victoria, for this wonderful report. So as you can see in the agenda, we have 5 minutes for the questions. So hopefully you prepared some. So with that being said, I propose to open the speakers list. And the speakers list is open. So if you have any questions, just write the word question in the chat. Or if you're watching the YouTube stream, just write your question and responsible people will forward them to this conversation. Well, okay, no questions, so I'm gonna start with my own. So first of all, I'm so proud of Victoria and her team for this wonderful work during this year. And a well done report. It was really interesting to see how much you accomplished and how you dealt with challenges and what kind of plans worked out for you and which didn't. Yeah, my question for this would be every year the president and the team usually has some things that they discovered or improved that year, and they really hope that the other team will hopefully continue with that tradition or that improvement in the future. And there also are usually some mistakes that you're like, I hope that no one will ever repeat this again. And sometimes you see the future generations do the same thing, and they're like, oh. So because we are doing this kind of a handover today to the new team, well, not officially, but well, yeah. So my question would be, which things you would want the new team to keep in this section, which traditions to pursue, or which improvements to continue with, and which I know mistakes or things that you didn't enjoy this semester, in your opinion, should go forever.
Oh, thank you, Anita, for this question. Yeah, it's actually kind of difficult question because we wanted to make the whole year reflection a little bit later, since we're all right now just having all these bachelor thesis and everything, like whole team. But yes, from my own perspective, I would say that what the things I noticed, and I truly wish that the next team will do that, is that we really need communication plan, and we totally need some new platform for our communication channel, because it's really difficult sometimes to find all the information in the chat, and sometimes things get lost, and then everybody gets angry that something wasn't that somebody wasn't informed about something. So yeah, first of all, it's communication plan. Also I think that there should be implemented some team rules, because we kind of tried to do that, but since we lacked some of our team members during the meeting we were doing that, their team rules were not complete, and it still was difficult to work sometimes, because yeah, there is like no rules. And the good things, I think that our team wasn't really afraid of the change, because the change of the whole situation with the pandemic, we had to change, we had to switch to different platforms, we had to think of something else. And I think that our team truly did great with that thing. And I would wish the new team don't stick that much to traditions or something like that, because the whole planet is changing, the whole world is changing, and it would be nice if there would be more new initiatives, more new projects, and etc., because we didn't think of something like new, like really new. We made this step count. I'm really happy for it. Step count challenge, which was nice, but yeah, we didn't make new project or something like this. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Victoria, for your answer. I still can't see anyone raising any questions, so I'm gonna ask Thomas if he's here. Do we have any questions in YouTube channel? Yeah. Okay, thank you, Thomas. With that being said, I would like to propose to close the speakers list. So I'm gonna count from 1 to 10. If you have any objections, say it now or never. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so speakers list is closed, no objections. With that being said, we're moving on to the further step of the agenda, which is the candidacy to the local coordinator's position, social Erasmus. And we have Gabriela Dragstaite as the candidate. So you have 5 minutes, Gabriela, to present yourself, and then we will have a question round.
Can you hear me and can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you clearly.
Okay, So, hi everyone, my name is Gabriela Drakšaitė. I am 19 years old and I'm studying French philology in Vilnius University. I joined ESN as an ESN buddy only this previous semester, but in this short period of time, I made so many wonderful memories and I met so many wonderful people. So I want to give something back to ESN by becoming a social Erasmus coordinator. I am also a member of Vilnius University Students Representation, so event organizing isn't a new thing for me. As for my plans, I am planning on continuing an amazing work that Evelina was doing this past semesters. I am hoping to spread information about different cultures in Lithuania, spread awareness of environmental, social, and health issues by organizing events and discussions. I would also love to make foreign peoples help our country to improve by participating in Lithuanian schools, which is Erasmus in Schools project, and also continuing the multilingual Lithuanian project. As for my personal traits and why do I think that I am suitable for this position, I'd say that I am a hardworking and reliable person. I am really, really stubborn, and if I say something that I will do something, I will, under any circumstances. Moreover, I am a super positive person. I am not sharing a presentation. I am a super positive person. I always try to find good things in every single situation, so also coping with stress isn't a problem for me. So I think that's it for my presentation.
Thank you so much for presenting yourself. Yeah, so answering everyone's question, yeah, presentation is not a compulsory thing, and it depends on how the person wants to convey themselves. So in this case, we're not using it, but we'll see with the next candidate. So with that being said, I would like to open the speakers list, and if you have any questions, please write the word question in the chat or just write your question if you're watching YouTube. Okay, so we have a question from Neringa. So Neringa, the floor is yours.
Okay, hi everybody, can you hear me?
Yeah.
So I would like to say thank you for Gabriele presenting you when you're I understand that you're first year student, right? So it's a very brave step and I really support you in that. But I would have one question, like you mentioned that you're like very positive person, etc. So probably you participated already in some events, in organizing events of social Erasmus committee. And could you please tell me what kind of events, like specific events, would you like to organize the next semester? Maybe some new, or you're going to repeat some events?
So as for now, I haven't thought of many like new events, but I would love to organize a health and well-being week. Also participate in social inclusion days. Also the events, as I mentioned, it's more of a project, like multilingual Lithuania project and social Erasmus in Schools project. And I still have like all of my summer if I will be the coordinator to think of new things. I am usually like a person who has a lot of ideas, so I don't think it will be a problem, especially working with a team. We could generate ideas together. So that would be my answer to this question.
Thank you, Gabriele.
Thank you, Neringa. Thank you, Gabriela, for answering. Mohammed said that their question was already asked, so I'm going to move on to Evelina. Evelina, the floor is yours.
Okay, so I'm actually right now social Erasmus coordinator, so I have kind of plenty of questions, but I will keep them if nobody asks later them. So
yeah, Evelina, right now you can ask 2 questions, and if there are more questions that you want to ask, we can keep them for the end of the speakers list.
Okay, so so far you were only an ESN buddy and you weren't actually part of Social Erasmus Committee. So what do you think may be difficult, since you weren't part of the committee and you don't know how exactly it works?
Yeah, I have thought about that a lot, and that was probably my main concern before applying for this position. But as Victoria said, we need more communication and like timetables for the team, and I think I could do that. And also, the hardest part for me, I think, would be to organize those meetings, like to make them scheduled, because I cannot control everyone. And of course, like I hope to communicate with you, like to get more knowledge on how everything works in the committee. And I can really easily adapt to that or make some changes if I need to or the team needs.
Okay, thank you. Of course, I will be glad to help. And then also, I think we don't have candidacy for projects committee. So my question would be, are you planning to cover the projects as well?
I was not planning on doing that, but I would be more than glad to help if needed.
Can I say a comment? So actually, you mentioned multilingual, which is project only. So Erasmus in school is your responsibility.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay, so if Evelina has any more questions, she can write question again, and then we will include in the speakers list. Then let's move on to Agla. So Agla, you can ask your question.
Okay, hi. Gabriela, I wanted to say that I'm really proud of you. Good luck. And I wanted to ask a question, also. So, as you may know, Evelina initiated an organization of various events, but a lot of things she had to do almost alone or with a little help, because the members in our committee is not too active. So I wanted to ask you, what will you do differently to try to expand the participation of members?
I mean, as I mentioned before, I cannot force anyone to work if they don't want to. I can try to motivate. I think that everything can be achieved through communication. And as I mentioned before, I am really stubborn in this way. And if I said that I will do something, I can do it alone. I would not like to do that alone, but I will if I need to.
Okay, thank you. I've got another one, but I forgot it, so.
Okay, so Agli, if you remember it, you can write down question again and we'll ask. Okay, let's move on to Beatrice.
Hello, everyone. So first of all, I would like to say that I'm very happy that Gabriela applied for this position, because I was her senior buddy, and from my personal experience, I can see that I think she was one of the most positive. Whenever I texted her, she was always ready to help. She was always ready to do something whenever I need any kind of help, and she was always very positive. Even when I was not that positive, she kind of infected me with her positivity. So I think that your positivity will also bring a lot of even motivation to your committee, and I'm very happy that you are applying, and I hope that you will success. But my question will be pretty, I would say, maybe easy, maybe not. Why Social Erasmus Committee? Why not other committee? What is so connected, and what is your personal, I don't know, thoughts why you think that you should be a Social Erasmus Committee coordinator?
So I've been interested in like social activities and like talking about issues, like social issues, environmental issues, since I was pretty young. Since I was in my early teenage years, I was also a part of, I don't remember right now in English, the Young Malta Orden something. I don't know the name proper name in English, so I was a part of that. I was also a member of charity youth organization in my hometown, Interact, where we organized events, but also we were doing charity things to people who are who need help, who live in not as good circumstances as like most of us do probably. So I was always really inclined to our especially social problems, but also the environmental and the health problems is like really close to me since I was pretty young. So that's why I would like to be a coordinator of Social Erasmus Committee.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so before moving on to the speakers list, because we already have many people that want to ask questions, I would like to propose to close the speakers list after the grand questions. Does anyone have any objections? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we're closing speakers list after the grant. So moving on to Neringa, she has another question.
Well, actually, I don't have a question. I just have a small suggestion for a new person. So, like listening to you, if you have never been a social, like in the events or whatever. So I think that it's a good idea to check our ESN Vilnius University Facebook page and event section. There are so many suggestions, so you can always see and like get some ideas and develop more new ideas. So I just wanted to tell that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Neringa, for insight. And let's move on to the grant questions.
Okay, hello, nice to see you. So my question is a little bit about the general social Erasmus collaborations. Do you plan to do collaborations with other parts or other committees locally and other committees like nationally? So that's basically my question. And if you have like some kind of collaboration ideas, like maybe you can share or something.
I would love to collaborate with other ESN committees, and also, as I mentioned, I am a member of the Vilnius University Students Representation, so I think it wouldn't be really hard to collaborate with them. As for now, I don't have any ideas in mind, but there is still plenty of time for the summer to think of them and maybe plan something with other committees, share ideas and thoughts. So. But I would love to do that.
Thank you.
So thank you to Grant for your question and Della for your answer. And now I would like to ask Thomas if there are any questions in YouTube. You can write in the chat or tell vocally. Okay, so YouTube, you better step up. Okay, so if there's no questions, I would like to close the speakers list as we already had no objections. And thank you, Gabriela, for your great presentation. And I wish you best of luck.
Thank you.
Okay, so moving on to the other position that we're looking in to fill in. So what am I saying? Anyway, let's move on to the candidacy of the local coordinator position for the leisure affairs. So we have 2 candidates. My heart is very happy seeing multiple people candidating. So let's start with Mohamed Zakaria Belmedi presentation. He has 5 minutes. Then the other candidate will follow with their presentation, and then we will have a 15 minutes question round for both of the candidates. So keep your questions safe till the end. So Mohamed, you can start.
Okay, thank you, Ona. My name is Mohamed Zakaria Belmedi. You can call me Zakaria. I'm a master student in international communication. I joined the ESN on since autumn, but ESN VU that I joined since autumn. However, since 2017, I was member of ESN VU in Kaunas City. Back then, when I was member, I helped in several events. And I was planning to do the same here, but unfortunately, I was able to help only with a few of them due to the situation that we have here. So why I wanted to be a candidate, because first of all, I'm ambitious and I'm creative. So I always have in mind some events that would like to entertain foreign students and make foreign students feel that their first Lithuania is their home, as well as they feel that they are able, to not get bored while they are studying here in the university. So basically, as I wrote in my candidate file, I'm planning to submit an annual one-year program for the board to get approved. At the moment, the ideas that I have and I propose, I would like to organize a cultural evening, which means like we make weekly like an evening for 2, 3, 4 countries, which they are going to present their culture, their cuisine, their games, dance, and so on. I'm also planning to do a pub quiz or brain battle, as well as some other sports games. Also, beside the speed friending that we should have in the welcoming week, I'm planning to do like 1 or 2 during the semester. And then any other relevant event that will make international students not get bored and feel that Lithuania is their home. Well, for my characteristics, I already mentioned 2. I'm ambitious, creative, reliable, and positive. And also, since I feel like belonging to the community of ESN VU, and before that ESN VU, I would like to give back by myself. Like for me, I feel like it's not good only to stay an active member all the time, but I should also be part of the leading committee of ESN and give myself something for the community to remember me. That's all from my side. Thank you, and I'm welcoming your questions.
Thank you, Mohammed, for your great presentation. And now I would like to not open the speakers list. Almost got me there. Now I would like to invite the other candidates to present themselves. Abhishek Krishna Sharma as another candidate for the Leisure Affairs coordinator's position. So the floor is yours.
Yes, I'll just present. Can you see it?
Yes, we can see it.
Perfect. So, hello everybody. My name is Abhishek Sharma. I'm 20 years old, and I hope to be the next coordinator of the Leisure Affairs Committee. I've just prepared a short presentation to give you an insight on my background, my journey through ESN, and what I hope to achieve as coordinator of the Leisure Affairs Committee. So, a little bit about me. I come from a beautiful small country by the name of New Zealand, and I'm currently studying medicine here at Vilnius University. At the end of this semester, I would have finished my 2nd year. Throughout high school, it was compulsory to have at least 3 extracurricular activities. And thus, I've taken part in many different sports, music events, academic teams, as well as volunteering teams. This has taught me the value of always trying new things and not to be afraid of making mistakes. I've made many mistakes in the past, and I've also learned a lot from those mistakes. And I've learned a lot of valuable skills, such as teamwork, determination, resilience, and effective communication. Now I'd like to give a little insight on my journey through ESN. So in the top left, you can see me, slightly inebriated, should I say. at one of the Celebrate Culture evenings back in autumn 2019. It was a very memorable evening and I enjoyed it thoroughly. My experience at such events, interacting with the fellow students, the ESN buddies, as well as the ESNers, really inspired me to become an ESN buddy myself. And you can see in the bottom left, that's me at the City Games, the last, I think, autumn 2020 orientation week. I got the first taste of organizing events and seeing how they run behind the scenes. And I really enjoyed helping along with that. Then in the right, this big photo is from our pub quiz of that same semester. Once again, I was organizing this from the beginning. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I learned more about how it works behind the scene, how stressful it can get, the high pace, trying to get everything sorted out. But it was incredibly rewarding, and I'm very proud of what I achieved that night, along with my fellow ESN buddies and ESNers. So now I'll take a minute or two just to discuss my action plan, or what I plan to achieve. So firstly, I would love to start organizing offline face-to-face activities again. That would be the perfect ideal scenario. Although I'm aware that there's a chance that this may not be able to happen, there may still be restrictions, and I am prepared for those as well. Secondly, I would like to consider the addition of new activities and also bring back some of the forgotten ones, the ones we have not done in a while. For example, I would like to start doing bowling again, taking people to the bowling alley, paintball, kayaking during the warmer months, other new ideas which I have, like some more game nights, for example, as well as excursions to different cities and places. And thirdly, thirdly, I would like to improve the internal communication amongst the committee. There have been a few instances in the past, I've had personal experience with this as well. When planning for an organization, we have a few people that are very actively participating. They're giving their 100% and it's going smoothly. However, there are some people that are not so active and they kind of just stay behind and they're kind of lagging behind everyone else. So I hope to work closely with the HR as well as other committees throughout all of these objectives to ensure that these objectives are met. So that's me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Abhishek, for a great presentation. So now I would like to start the question round from both of the candidates. By the way, if you don't have a working mic or you just don't want to say the question, feel free to write it down and I will read it out for you. So with that being said, let's start the question round. So the speakers list is open. If you have any questions, either write them down in the chat or just write question if you want to ask vocally. Okay, so let's proceed with Evelina. So Evelina, the floor is yours.
Okay, so my first question will be for both of you. Like the problem in the committees is usually you can't think a good idea, but then you don't get enough help, which is always the problem. You need to be present at the time. So how would you deal with lack of motivation from the committee?
Who can start? Any one of us?
Yeah, which one feels like to start? Just move on. Yeah, just go on.
Me, first of all, if I notice like first event, second event, like lack of motivation, I would convoke a meeting for the committee and try to discuss about this lack of motivation. Then for sure, like let's say the committee have, for example, 15 members. Let's say, for example, only 7 attend. So those 7 that the other 8, sorry, that I noticed that they are not active, like they are only by name in the committee. I would talk to one by one to them and see what's going on with them. And yeah, hopefully, like I'll convince them to become more active. Yeah, so that's what I hope that it might be achieved. because sadly I noticed this across all this time. Like there is many people who are member in various committees or in ESN itself, but they are member just by name. So they usually claim that they are working or claim there is studies or some stuff like that. But to be honest, it's not a real reason like to not be active. Like all of us we have studies, some of us including myself I work, but still personally I can balance like work, social, personal life and ESN activities, and even I used to be a member of some other organizations, so like there is no excuse. Thank you.
Yes, and I would also like to add my opinion on this. So I have noticed a few people not being active, and I would like to kind of implement a system to encourage people to be more active. For example, like committee member of the month or committee member of like the semester, just stuff to encourage people to really get out there. But also maybe in a last resort, also start, I guess, presenting some potential repercussions. For example, I do not want that people just join the committee just because they can put it on their CV or they can just brag to their friends that I'm in the Leisure Affairs Committee. If they're in the committee, I believe they should be actively participating and helping in all the events, unless they have a very valid excuse or reason not to. And as such, I feel it would not be a bad idea for the coordinator and the vice coordinator to evaluate the performance of their members periodically and to see if they're not participating enough or they're just not putting in any effort, is there a point to keep them in the committee? But that would be a last resort.
Okay, thank you for your answers. And my second question would be only for Abhishek, because I'm also a medicine student, so there comes a lot of stress from both of them. So how would you deal, especially in the situations when, okay, one day you have an exam, but in the evening you have an event you must attend? So
time management skills, basically. I started really working on those this semester, and I'm happy to say it's actually coming along well as I hoped. But yeah, I understand that some things come up and they can be unpredictable things, but I'm quite confident that with the correct time management skills, as I've been learning for basically the past 3 semesters in this course, they will come in handy and I would be able to fulfill my role adequately.
okay, I really hope it works. Thank you for your answers. Anute, you're mute.
Well, of course, keeping the great tradition of muting yourself during every local platform, like last year, of course, we had to continue with that. So, yeah, as I can see, Victoria took her question back. So, Victoria, if you decide to ask a question later on, make sure to write the word question again. So let's move on with Tigran, the current leisure coordinator.
Hello, guys. Well, of course, I have questions to you guys. Before starting, I want to comment that I am very happy about both of you because, like, you have been pretty active this whole year, and good job. And I'm very glad that you actually applied for this position, like after me. So. I have 2 questions. So my first question will be a bit different for both of you. So for Zakaria, I know that you are in Kaunas. So how are you planning to integrate, especially Vilnius, in the planning of leisure affair events and things like that? And about Abhishek, you are in Vilnius. So how are you going to plan on integrating our other committees like Šiauliai and Kaunas together with us?
Well, actually, I used to live in Kaunas. Now actually I'm in Morocco, but I'm coming on June, so I'm coming to live in Vilnius because, you know, I study in Vilnius University. I no longer study in Kaunas. And also, I'm planning later on to look for a work, and it will be definitely in Vilnius, not in Kaunas. But I can answer your question that you give to Abhishek, since we are in the same situation. Well, normally I should meet regularly with how to say, the president of the Kaunas committee and the Shauli committee, and see, for example, what they are doing, and make sure like same activities that we are doing in Vilnius, to do similar, some of them in Kaunas, to integrate students. Of course, like I'm always welcoming any new initiative, because what I said in my program, it's not a Bible or Quran, like strictly. It's like a preposition, and it can be changed depending on what the members of the committee agree on. Yeah, because I'm open to the opinions of everybody. So if, for example, the presidents of Kaunas committee and Shauli committee propose something that we don't have, of course, I'm welcoming it. And also, I might also brought it to our committee in Vilnius to do it as well. So in any way, I need like to stay in touch with them on weekly basis or bi-weekly basis to know how is it going over there. Thank you.
All right, now my turn. So in the event that there are no restrictions and we can go back into the world, have fun, one idea I really have is, and I would really like to push, is having excursions and field trips and bringing that back. And what was in my mind was like a kind of city kind of competition. For example, a field trip to Kaunas, where Kaunas committee, they would kind of organize things to see and do, and similarly one to Šiauliai and one locally in Vilnius, and kind of like a competition, and the students could then decide which committee did best. That was just one idea. I was just spitballing the other day. Other ones is just basically collaborating with them for the online events as well as in person, seeing as if we can integrate students from all three areas. For online, that would be easier because there's not much traveling involved. But in person, then I believe the idea with excursions and field trips, that would be a really, that's a promising opportunity for this.
Okay, good answer from both of you guys. Good job. And my second question is, you know that one of the key responsibilities of the Leisure Affairs Committee coordinator is to coordinate together with the Vice Leisure Affairs Committee, so Vice Leisure Affairs Coordinator. So what is going to be your criteria to pick a Vice Leisure Affairs coordinator, and how are you going to do it?
Well, for me personally, if I win, actually I have Abhishek in mind. So, but also I'm thinking based on our messages to see like which ones were more active. But to be honest, sadly this year, at least from what I noticed, so I might be wrong, like there weren't many students who are active. So basically, it will be really a hard choice to choose. That's why I put the Abhishek in my mind. I don't know for you, Tigran, as well, if you would like to how to say to be active like in the next year. But of course, if you don't want, like, I need to find another candidate. I believe the same. Like we must have vice president, because like that we can share together like the workload. Because if there is 2 people working or even 3 people, it will be more efficient than, for example, one who might have more stress and so on. Thank you.
I also agree with Zakaria. So my 2 main, I guess, traits which I'd be looking for in a president committee member would basically be that they have decent experience. They have some experience doing this, and that we have similar goals, objectives in mind. So Zakarev kind of fits that profile for me. So I'd like to have him on board with me as well. But yeah, I agree on the aspect of kind of dividing the workload so that one of us is not too overworked. And also we have someone to just bounce ideas off, have discussions, debates every now and then, and it would be great. Yes.
Okay, good job. Thank you, guys. And thanks for like trying to become a later affairs coordinator and for keeping like this foreign coordinator position in the committees. Thank you.
Thank you, Tika. Una, we don't hear you.
Yeah, again, I'm just gonna not turn on my microphone. Whatever happens, I guess. Okay, so thank you guys for your question, for your answers, and Tigran for our question. Let's move on to Nico, who's the next in the speakers list. And before that, while Nicola is preparing the question, I would like to propose to close the speakers list after Victoria, because we already have many people that want to ask something and the time is limited. Are there any objections? I'm counting from 1 to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I'm surely remembering my math skills today. No objections, so the speakers list is going to be closed after Victoria. So, Nico, your time to shine.
Thank you. Hi, all. Actually, my question is on Sakarya. Actually, we are from the same program, but I just graduated. And like, since you have mentioned you are so creative, and I want to mention like from the leisure affair, we have already organized some events like celebrate culture, and also it is something you mentioned about cultural dinner or cultural night, and how you would like to organize your future event, like cultural celebrates culture to be more different to the previous one, and also what kind of new elements you would like to add.
Well, in mind, I have like, first of all, the student, let's say, for example, myself, I'm from Morocco. So when I will come, I will do a short presentation, 15 minutes, like touching culture of Morocco. Like, for example, food, the dance, a bit of history, and some facts about the country. But 15 minutes, and it should be more interesting. Then after that, I should prepare some dishes that are famous in my country, and make students like trying it. Beside also, okay, in my country we have dances, but unfortunately I know more foreign dances than my own country dance. So instead I can prepare a game or something, that show my culture, like that will give chance to others to taste it. Of course, other students can present their dances if they know how to make it. Also, beside that, we might, for example, sing a song that is popular in our country with our own language, and basically this that come up to my mind. Also, yeah, instead, for example, of dance and game, we can also present a folk tale or a traditional tale that is known to our culture. But of course, due to the time, it should be something like 15 minutes, because I'm planning, we will see first how many students willing to be active, and then we organize them by countries to see how many exact number of countries. I hope that all countries that we have will be able, but it's realistic, but just this is my my hope. And then, for example, we make sure, like, if, for example, so many countries participate, then we can make it on a weekly basis. So every day, every week, we have like 3 to 4 countries, and that's why we need to make sure that each country have almost 30 minutes to present. Thank you.
Okay. There's another question for another candidate, which will be once the community will organize some events, one of the point how you would like to promote the event to net more people just to join, or maybe just let them know the information? Do you have something, which you would like to do more about the promotion, such things?
Yes, that's a very good question, actually. I do plan on working closely with the public relations and the IT committee for this, creating more Instagram stories, Facebook posts. Of course, they can only work up to an extent. One of the other ideas I was considering is actually working with HR and sending out, more surveys to the students, asking what they want and what they would like to encourage their participation. For example, back to Zakaria's point as well about the cultural evenings. Imagine if we could just ask all the students what they want, what cultures they wanted to present, if they would be interested in doing that. And just from that survey, they've already pitched the idea through and they know that they can expect something along these lines, provided we have enough interest, of course. So that is basically my line of understanding for this.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Nico, for your questions. Let's move on to Neringa.
Okay, hi again. So I have a question for both of you, since you're all both foreigners, and in Lithuania is not that easy to be a foreigner, and sometimes the committee is not very active. Well, but I hope for you the best. And let's say there is nobody, everybody is busy, and nobody can help you, and you have to find a place to organize an event. Well, let's hope that the events will be offline at some point, so you will have this opportunity to organize offline events. So in this case, all your committee is busy, nobody can help you, but you should have an event in 1 week. So what are you doing? And you have to find a place, but at some places the owners don't speak English, sorry. So what would you do in this case? How would you deal with that?
Yeah, just to interrupt a bit, to make things, more spicy or more fair, because Mohammed was always the first to answer the question, let's switch to Abhishek first, and then Mohammed will answer.
Well, in the event that no one is able to help, of course, I'll be working closely with my vice. In the event that he's not even able to help, which would be really, really bad, or she, then I would ask for help from some of my other friends or colleagues. However, regarding the issue with translation and some venues that might be difficult to deal with, if I remember correctly, there is some sort of blacklist about such venues where we've had difficulties in the past and we've been recommended not to work with these venues. So I'd be consulting with that quite heavily. And if it is really required, then of course I could, conversing primarily with email would help with a lot of issues regarding translation. So if it's there on the email and I go and speak to them, they can't, say that, oh, you didn't tell me this or you didn't tell me that, because everything is there on the email. And that should make communication a lot easier. And it shouldn't get down to this, to the point where I require a translator, but should it go that drastically, then I would not be too afraid to get one myself, or my friends, for example.
Okay. For me, actually, I can survive with Lithuanian, so I can do it by myself. But generally, when something, because my level is almost B1, so in official things, I would prefer to bring someone or speak in English, because like that, I make sure that the message is clear. But of course, shopping or something like that, then no need. But something official, it's better to use a language that I'm sure of it. Okay, my first thing that will come to mind is to ask an SNR from another committee. That's the first thing that's come up to my mind. Now let's assume, of course I know it's not possible, but let's assume no SNR could help me. Now the second thing is to ask a friend. I have many Lithuanian friends, so I will ask one of them to help me. So, and now let's assume also it's unrealistic, but let's assume no one would like to help. Then I would rely on myself, like the bit of Lithuanian that I know, I will try to use it and make sure that we understand each other and everything is clear. I start actually thinking about one thing, but I never used it before. Maybe I should use the translation app as well and see if it will lead to somewhere. So that's what I would like to say. But to arrive to this point, I think it's very unlikely. Like I think the moment no one in the committee will help, I'm sure someone from other committees will help. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I have like, I don't know, insight maybe on both of the members. I had more, well, I am former leisure affairs coordinator, so 1 year ago, so it doesn't make any sense. I know Abhishek more than Zakaria. However, two of you helped in the last pub quiz. So I'm really like, I had a good experience with you, and both were very cooperative, and I think that both of you can start organizing such an event yourself. And since I have more experience with Abhishek in previous events when I was still coordinator, Abhishek is a medicine student. I remember that you really have good management skills, and I hope it's not gonna be a problem because of that. And I really like sorry, now I'm confused. What's your name? Mohammed Zakaria's idea about organizing events on a weekly basis. Like, it's a really good idea to do every week some continuous events that the students know when and that is going like regularly. And what else I want to say for both of you, that I hope that whoever is going to be elected, that you will be very close to students and you will always rely on what students want and not just on your own I don't know, decisions. So please keep in touch with students very closely and make their Erasmus life in Lithuania as good as possible. And good luck for everybody.
Thank you, Neringa. Let's move on to Lucrezia. Lucrezia has a question to Abhishek. So you mentioned you have plans for online events. What do you plan on doing in case we still cannot have live events?
So in regards to this, I would like to keep the pre-existing pub quiz, keep that going. I would like to attempt an online karaoke night. I would have to work quite closely with the IT committee for that to make sure it all goes smoothly, but I'm sure I could make it work. Also, game nights. I've seen that some particular, okay, I'll just use, so chess for an example. In one of the other dorms I was there, it was initially just one fellow that started playing chess, but soon he basically got his entire floor into the game. I don't know how he did that, but he did. So some games like that, they really have potential. So I'd like to try and you can play them online as well. So I'd like to try and bring them into an online kind of platform and see if we could have game nights or like competitions such as that. Another idea I have is to bring back the cultural evenings. We haven't done those in quite a while, and I feel it would be a great addition. Although it wouldn't be so fun and as large scale as it used to be in person, we could still have like presentation, music, just people showing their cultures, and just a very relaxed environment. Additionally, since if it's only going to be online, I would like to also spend some more time doing more kind of educational events, such as the kind of introduction to Lithuania and like some casual Lithuanian courses for the new arrivals. So for this, I'll also be working quite closely with like I think Social Erasmus and Projects Committee regarding this. But yes, these are just a few of the ideas I have at the moment. Thank you.
Thank you, Abhishek. Thank you, Lucrezia, for your question. Let's move on to Gabriela.
Hello, everyone. So my question is for both of you. How do you think another quarantine would affect the quality of your work, and how would you try to lower this difference?
Well, in terms of quality, I don't think it should change that much. We will still put out the high standards of work that we've been doing in person as well as online. However, the only thing I could say that would change is the participation, and that is one thing I'm particularly worried about. So if we can ensure more participation, we can ensure that the members of the committee will be working more actively because it's actually something they'll be doing and they can see their work paying off. So I'll try to work with HR, see what the students want, work with them closely. And if we can encourage more participation, we can encourage better participation of the members as well, and keep the same high standards that we have been doing for the past few events.
Also, totally agree with Abhishek. Regarding quality, I don't think it will affect. Just from the program that I have, I will not be able only to do the cultural evening because it's not possible to do it online. And the only thing, it's actually my personal view. I don't enjoy online events the same way I enjoy in real life. Whenever I'm watching my old pictures and so on, I said, oh my God, when this will become real. So this is the only thing, like it's a personal feeling. Other than that, I think we can still do it. Like we did brain battle, pop quiz, sorry. It was successful. Speed friending, it was also successful. I attended this meeting and other meetings before. It was also successful. But just it's my own personal feeling. Maybe some of you share it, maybe others disagree, but that's what I think about it. Thank you.
Thank you for your.
Okay, thank you, Gabriela. And the last questions go to Victoria.
Hi. So it's really nice to see both of you here today, but my question is this. We were discussing many things inside the organization, like the events and everything, but I'm really interested in your plans about collaborations with other ESN sections and student representation units, or even maybe you have some plans for the collaboration with ESN sections in other countries and making some projects together. So I'm interested in this matter. So I'm ready to hear the answers from both of you. Thank you.
Okay, so maybe let's start with Mohammed because we need to keep switching it up.
Well, I was thinking about something similar, more likely to collaborate with other ESNs in ESN sections in Vilnius. For example, about this cultural evening, I think would be better if we do it as a group project. Like that, our students will have chance to discover more countries. I don't know how is the situation in Vilnius, but for example, in Kaunas, I was seeing that some countries have representative in other universities, but not my own video. And I always wanted like them to be there. But for me, personally, I was even taking part of other ESN, other sections events, even if I don't study in these universities. But still, I was thinking, yeah, probably it's better to do it as one group. Another thing, ESN committee of Šiauliai and Kaunas, as I mentioned before, we will still be collaborating with them, but they are ours, so I'm not going to count it as external collaboration. But I would say, for example, ESN VU Kaunas could collaborate with, for example, ESN VDU, ESN KTU, LSMU, and so on. So to do similar things. So instead of doing cultural evening, or I know that some of them, they do international dinner there. So instead of doing international dinner, like only each university do its own, let's make it one, like one for all Kaunas, all students will come. And I guess one thing that's for sure I'm going to have to collaborate with other sections in Vilnius is the opening party. I don't know if you do this in Vilnius, but for example, in Kaunas, all sections, we collaborate together and make one party for the students during the first 3 weeks of the studies. Internationally, honestly, I don't have a plan, but maybe it will come. Of course, I will need to discuss probably with you, Victoria, about that. Thank you.
Yes. So internationally, frankly, I have not considered that option yet, if I'm being honest. However, locally between other sections, I can say that I've considered the opportunity of, say, friendly competitions as well as collaborations. Like throughout high school, we've had our own houses. Like we had 8 houses in our high school, and we would have competitions within those, and then people would challenge other houses, and then there'd be one victor at the top. So hopefully, if everything is offline, I'm thinking like possibly sports competitions between the different sections, as well as like, we'll start with ESN Vilnius University, including the Kaunas Šauliai committees, and then we'll slowly build our way up and then represent ourselves throughout the country. So that is one option I'm considering. In other ways, I do agree and support Zakaria on collaborating with the other sections for like big events such as the opening party. I feel that would be great. We can see representation from many different countries. ESN Vilnius University is already very, very diverse, but if we can branch out and collaborate with all the other sections, it would be very difficult and stressful, but I think it would be incredibly rewarding and an amazing experience for everybody involved.
Thank you.
Thank you, Victoria, for your questions. And Thomas hasn't written anything in the chat that indicates that there's no YouTube questions as well. So I would like to close the speakers list, as it was already agreed on beforehand. And thank you guys for your great presentations. I wish both of you luck. And I hope whichever outcome we have today, both of you don't feel disheartened and still want to be a part of our network. I'm really happy to see so many motivated people wanting to lead the section in the near future. Thank you guys, and let's move on to the next candidature, which is candidacy to local coordinator's position, public relations. And we have Karina Babenok, our only candidate. Karina, you have 5 minutes to present yourself.
Yes, hello, can you see me?
Yeah, we can see you clearly.
Okay, I'm just checking. Okay, so I'm a little bit nervous, so I'm sorry if I say something or struggle a little bit. But yeah, so my name is Karina. I am 20 years old, and I currently am a first year in Vilnius University studying publishing and advertising. And well, what I do right now, as we have been told, like some help from the current president for our presentation. So currently what I do in life is struggle with upcoming exams. I guess I should say that. But oh gosh, sorry. Yeah, so my main I'd like to say my main reason for why I present myself for this candidacy is I am okay, I was very inspired by the current PR coordinators, which help me see what is going on inside of the committee. Since I am a part of the PR committee currently, I'm not an ESN body, though I originally planned to join as an ESN body, but I changed my mind and decided to see more of the inside stuff. And yeah, and I'm currently working on like a bunch of visuals for the PR committee. So yeah, and my main reason why I decided to go for this position is to kind of make myself more open and socialized, since I was always very shy. So I decided that in university this would be a really great potential and a great moment to actually try going for a position like that, and perhaps maybe going even higher later on. since I would just love to become more social and to be more open, and yeah, so some of my qualities that would make me a great candidate for this position would be that I am responsible, I am very adaptive, so even if something goes wrong, I will try to do my best to fix it and adapt to the situation. And I am very open to criticism, and I'm punctual and organized. And of course, like I already have experience leading a team, kind of, since in school I had this like sort of hobby of making motion graphics videos in a team, and I was a leader of it. So yeah, I have experience doing that sort of thing. So I kind of know what to do. And of course, the current coordinators, like I am planning, and I already did learn from them. So yeah, I guess that's it. You can ask me questions now, and I will try my best to answer them and not be as nervous as right now.
Yeah, thank you, Karina. Yeah, Beatrice would like to say a comment. So very quickly.
Yeah, so I just wanted to say that I'm very happy, very proud that Karina, you decided to stand up. I know that it's not hard, especially if you said that you're not too much open, and I hope that ESN Vilnius University will give you brighter wides. You will explore this, you will enjoy this more. I'm very happy because I already saw your created visuals. You are really very, very professional. So really, I'm very proud that you decided to be here, to apply, that you decided to speak now. So come down, everything was very perfect. We are all community here. We are all here to support each other. And as a current board member, I really want to say that I'm very proud of you and thank you for being here.
Yeah, and I remember when I was candidating in 2017, and everything seemed so scary, and then I understood that everyone is just trying to survive to the next day. So really don't worry. I really know that this community is very open-minded, and I'm really proud for you stepping up and candidate for this position. So with that being said, let's move on to the question round. So if anyone has any questions, you can either type them down or just write question and ask them vocally. So waiting for her questions. Oh boy. Okay. So Neringa was a bit quicker. So Neringa, you can proceed.
Me, but I see that Zigimantas wrote something, so we can start with, but I can ask. Well, so I would, first of all, I would like to say thank you that you also like are so brave and decided to candidate, and I hear from you that you have experience, so I think you shouldn't worry that much. I was also once in your place, so I didn't have any experience, and I got this experience myself, because if you want, you can learn everything. And I have one question. Like, as you know, it's really important for public relations to be in touch with other coordinators, and because to promote the events, and it's really important. So I would like to ask what would be your, I don't know, steps to like in communication with other coordinators? Like, do you have any ideas how to help this like promotion to be more visible, because you know that it very depends on public relations and the coordinator who is organizing some events, how they collaborate, how much the event is visible, and how many people are gonna come, etc. I don't know if my question was clear. Yeah, so we cannot hear you because you're muted.
Oh, oops. Yeah, I said that it was clear and I understood the question. So, I did not really consider the steps exactly, but I did think through that, like, I will be trying my best to coordinate and collaborate with the other coordinators. Obviously, like, perhaps as soon as the new team for the next year is chosen like throughout the summer, maybe we will talk about what events they are planning to make, and then we could decide on what promotions we could make for them, since I do understand that the events really rely on the promotion of it and stuff. So I'm planning to, well, of course it depends on the type of event, but obviously there could be like I don't know, like frequent posts about the event itself, like that's promoting the activities inside of the event, maybe some countdowns or something like that. I hope that answered your question.
Yes, thank you so much. And I wish you good luck, and I hope that you will be elected.
Thank you, Neringa. Then we have a question from Žygimantas. As I understand, I'm going to read it. So this year we had a lot of posts in Facebook, Instagram, Telegram, and some of them didn't reach audiences we need, or sometimes people don't see the post. For example, this year we had the situation when people didn't see the event, but they wanted to attend. Do you think, have you thought about improving communication or some not traditional communication channels that could be implemented?
So now that I'm thinking of it, I mean, I will try to just maybe make more frequent posts and perhaps create, like, as in the question has been mentioned about like some non-traditional communication channels. I don't know if like, well, hopefully like a few people have heard of it, and I know that the nationwide ESN Lithuanian has a Discord server, so maybe that could help also reach more people as well, since I personally am a frequent user of Discord, so I kind of know how to use it. So I'd love to implement that as well. And how to reach more audience as well. As I've said, like we could make more frequent posts and maybe some interactive posts like on Instagram or Facebook, like make stories or like polls, maybe some quizzes that could happen sometimes. And I don't know if that's very possible, but maybe it could be done with collaboration with other committees like the HR and stuff like that. I'm not really sure if it's possible, but I have thought of maybe using advertising for the posts, since I am studying publishing advertising, so I could use my studies that I have learned to use it in the work as the coordinator or vice versa. Like, yeah. I hope that was a good answer.
Thank you, Karina, for your answer. And let's move on to Gabriela.
So my question is, how do you imagine dividing work in your team? Like, what would be vice PR and members' responsibilities?
Yeah, so I do believe that it is very important to have a vice coordinator, so I'd like to elect one. If I'm elected, obviously. And yeah, I don't really know who will it be yet, because I haven't really thought of it, but I do believe that it is very important, since as I've mentioned in that other experience of mine with the motion graphics team, we were a team of leaders, so that was really helpful for us to divide everything. And in terms of dividing work for members, well, I'd love to discuss it with the team and perhaps like see if there's like people willing to do some certain things, and then just kind of separate them into like maybe visuals, writing posts, writing articles, something like that.
Thank you, and thank you for all your work. You're doing great.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gabriela, for your question. And now we have the last, not question, but insight from Neringa. So Neringa, if it's possible, quickly.
Yeah, so if you are elected, I just have like one insight. Just always remember that the target audience are not only current Erasmus students, but also Vilnius University local students and ex-students that already were on Erasmus. So make sure that your content would be acceptable like for all of these target audience. It's really important. And good luck.
Thank you, Neringa, our PR guru, for giving your insights. I really hope Karina remembers that. And thank you, Karina, for bravery and wonderful answers. Please don't worry. Whatever the outcome is, we're very proud of you and hope to see you in our network for the years to come. So thank you, Karina. And let's move on to the local coordinator's position of partnerships coordinator, and Paula Bazukaite is our candidate for it. I'm so glad we have people candidating for partnerships. You can proceed with your presentation. You have 5 minutes.
Okay, so hello everyone, and my name, as you already mentioned, is Paula, and I'm 21 years old, and currently I'm a third-year student at Vilnius University studying political science. And sincerely, I got really interested in partnerships when I myself was an Erasmus student, because I spent 1 year in Italy, Rome, during the pandemic. And even before the pandemic, as it was a long period, I thought that partnerships does not end when we think of discounts or promotions. It can be a strategy to people engaged in society, to engage in the country of destination of Erasmus. It can be an opportunity not only to promote the ESN, but also to help local enterprises to grow and to find some volunteers, some new interested people or some new clients, and also for us to provide really nice opportunities for students who choose Lithuania or Vilnius as their destination. And also I think that I have means and experience in the field, as I was working with partnerships while in the jazz community, because for the international events, we were always searching for the best platforms, the best partners to promote the events and to engage the foreigners who are choosing to come to the festivals in Vilnius. So I think this experience could be applied. Also, at the moment, I'm working full-time at the bank, also studying, so I would appreciate the engagement from other committees if someone would be interested, and first of all of the partnerships committee, because at the moment, as I know, we don't have very much people interested in it, but hopefully that will change. And also I think that the strategy should be focused also on the engagement and onboarding process of the new people. And even though I'm a new member of ESN, I am actively engaging and starting to know the ESN because, I mean, let's say, for example, I joined the International Committee of Education, and even though it's not actually related with partnerships, I guess it gives me a unique understanding how ESN works not only on the local but also on the international level, and the connections I have at the moment more in the international level, hopefully on the future also on the local level, will also help me, and the experience from the previous members of partnerships committees would inspire me to make this project work. So I don't know if I made the presentation clear, but I would be happy to elaborate on my goals and strategies while answering your questions.
Okay, I think the view was a bit buffering, so I'm not sure if we heard everything correctly. So if somebody didn't understand something, please ask questions about it. And before we proceed with the question round, I want to officially close the question round for the public relations candidate because I didn't do that. So the speakers list is closed. But I see nobody asked any more questions. So we can officially open the speakers list for the partnerships candidate. So if anyone has any questions, please write question or just write your question. Waiting. Okay, so Yeva has a question. So Yeva, you can ask. Wait, Victoria has a question. Did I see Yeva?
Hi, sorry, I was just like checking the question, the chat because. Okay, sorry. Paula, one more time, I want to say that I'm super happy that you're a candidate for partnership position because it's like super brave step and we are super happy for it, like whole our team. And yes, for now we don't have much people in our partnership committee, but my question is, what if it continues like this? Will you be willing to actually try to do the tasks yourself and talk with your colleagues in team to ask for help? Also, you can also ask always for help in ESN Lithuania and student representation about several questions. Or also, will you be trying to recruit more people to your committee?
Yes, so talking about the recruitment, I think that maybe new strategies needed, especially for the partnerships. And I would be glad to onboard new people for the concrete parts of the project. Let's say not for the whole partnership volunteering part, but let's say if I prepare a strategy and I consult myself with you and let's say more active or leaders of other committees, willingly also with everyone, but that would be harder to organize. And if we agree on the project and the program and on the steps, I think that maybe for some more interesting and more exciting steps, these steps could be used for recruiting new people. Let's say, for example, if we would work on volunteering opportunities in Lithuania for foreign students, for Erasmus students. I think that some people would say that they already have knowledge in the field, maybe from social committees, or maybe some new people would be really glad to promote their organizations where they are already working. Let's say some dog shelters, for example. And we could gather people like this way with putting some kind of interest in the field, and then also maybe organizing or onboarding procedure, maybe not to let people just be part like this, not to be accepted because of motivation, but to be accepted, and then they could feel that they have the knowledge and the instruments to implement the tasks needed, because I think at the moment we lack a bit of this. So yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Let's move on to Neringa.
Hi, Paula. I am really happy, also like Victoria, that finally there's a candidate for partnerships committee, because this organization really needs the coordinator, sorry. And just I have noticed from your presentation that you are very busy, like you are working full-time, you are studying full-time, as I understood, right? So I would just want to ask, do you think that you're going to manage all the things? Because ESN takes time if you really involve yourself in the organization. And yeah.
Yeah, surely I cannot make it my full-time position, and that's why I think the focus should be also maybe 50% of the focus should be put on the promotion and engaging new people. And let's say I see coordinator work as implementation of ideas, realistic ideas that can be implemented. And I can, let's say, accelerate the process, but to make it realistic, to make it, to have the real results, I definitely would need help from other committees, members who are willing to help, or the new members, because I don't think that a good partnership strategy can be implemented by one person, even if I would work full time. So I think that's the answer.
Okay, so thank you. Oh, Naranga, do you have any more?
No, I just wanted to say thank you and good luck.
Thank you, Naranga, for a question. I also have a question. As I've mentioned, I'm very happy that we have a partnerships person candidating for the partnerships coordinator position, because that doesn't happen that often. But of course, it's also a challenging position. So my question would be, do you think it's realistic to expect at the end of the year to have any tangible partnerships related to the ESN card? Because as you know, we have ESN card that kind of is expected to have certain, well, maybe certain discounts or some kind of local attractions for students that would, well, not only our students, but also any ESN or ESN students that are coming to Lithuania, or for example, to Vilnius, and maybe, I don't know, to have some kind of attractions or things where they could use their ESN card, or just that's something that would enrich their Erasmus lives in Lithuania. So do you think it's realistic in this, especially in this situation, or not?
Yeah, I think definitely yes, because looking from the point of view that it's not only the benefit for the card holders, but also and even especially for the ones who are willing to give the discounts and become partners of ESN, I think that's promising. That's really promising, because when we are saying that the card is giving discounts or the opportunities for the for enriched stay in Vilnius, it means that some let's say local businesses or initiatives has a bigger circle of people interested in what they supply, and that means that they can promote their ideas, businesses, and maybe recruit some volunteers. So I think if I would be able to use my old connections from the art industry and speak with, especially I see the small businesses as opportunity. I think that's really possible and promising, because there's nothing to lose at this point, because we don't speak about financing ISN. We speak about, if we bring 10 clients, would you make a discount for us? So I think it's really possible, and I believe in it.
Okay, thank you, Paula. I'm really glad for your enthusiasm, and I wish you best of luck. So if there's no objections, I would like to propose to close the speakers list, because I see no other questions. So I will be counting from 1 to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No objections. Speakers list is closed. Thank you, Paula, for your presentation. And now we can move on to a short break, because everyone is probably a bit tired, because we had already a long day today, and we still have some presentations and important procedures left. So please don't leave, because every vote matters and we can break the quorum. So now we have 10 minutes break. So let's meet at at 2:43, so exactly 10 minutes. And everyone enjoy your break. Hey, so 10 minutes have already passed. So hopefully everyone has come back. Unfortunately, I am not able to see if you're here with me, so I trust that you're good with time management skills and have come back to your computers within this deadline. So if everyone is ready, let's proceed with the agenda. So we have another candidacy, this time to local coordinators of Kaunas committee, and I would like to invite Viktorija Ivanauskaitė to present her candidacy in 5 minutes. Is Viktorija with us? Perhaps not yet.
Okay, what? Can we wait a few minutes? I'll try to reach her. Maybe.
Maybe we could proceed with Cholet and then just switch up the candidatures. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, do we have Carmena with us?
Yes.
Carmena, oh wait, it's not Carmena.
Oh, it's not me, no?
Yeah, not me. Carmena, why are you not candidating? I was sure. Anyway, but I'm very glad that other people are also candidating. So, anyway, nice to see you. I was surely just checking if you're with us. So, yeah. Anyway, let's move on to Cholet. How the time changes. So we have. Wait. Yeah, we have Skirmantė Lukšaitė as the Cholet coordinator candidate. So is Skirmantė available?
She is not here, and I will be the one to represent her, if that's okay.
Thank you, Beatrice. So
yeah, okay.
As you know, I'm not struggling today, so...
No, you're doing very well, and we are very happy that we have you here.
So, you can proceed with the presentation.
Okay. Thank you. So, hello, everyone, again. So today I would like to highlight the main things about Skirmantė, because she is not able to be here, sadly, today, but I will try to talk a little bit about her as she applying to Cholet Academy coordinator's position. So she is in ESN organization since 2018. Then she had 1 year break. And in 2018, she became an ESN Cholet University mentor. And also she took human resources position. So as she wrote in her CV, she was very active and she helped organizing various events, such as welcome goodbye parties, also trips to Klaipėda and Nida, organized movie nights and some other events. Also, she created, as Carmena, now current ESN Vilnius University Cholet Academy coordinator, she told me. So she, Skirmantė, was responsible for funny breaks during the meetings. I think that was very interesting that I didn't know information about Skirmantė. So also Skirmantė took care of new members. She also took care of interviews for mentors during recruitment and such things. So this shows that she was really responsible. I think that she was, and she still is and will be active, motivated, and full of ideas person. So later on, Skirmantė was on her Erasmus for 1 year, but after she got back, she joined ESN Cholet, now current ESN Vilnius University Cholet Academy, and then she again helped with organizing events. So talking about Skirmantė's goals, first would be to maintain close-knit relationship between ESN Vilnius University and ESN Vilnius University Cholet Academy. So this goal could be reached by just communicating and attending meetings and also keeping each other up to date. Second goal would be to plan some events together where ESN Vilnius University ESN Vilnius University Kaunas faculty and ESN Vilnius University Šiauliai Academy students could participate together, or at least to share some ideas that similar events would be created in all faculties, and not only in Vilnius, but also in Kaunas and in Šiauliai. So I think that Skirmante, being in ESN since 2018, she knows many things. She knows many things, especially those who are related to Šiauliai students. And that's why I would say that she is really important for our organization, because now since ESN Šiauliai University became ESN Vilnius University Šiauliai Academy, we really need a person who would be able to coordinate things in Šiauliai, who would be able to say about problems that Šiauliai Academy is, ESN Vilnius University Šiauliai Academy is having. So I really would encourage you to support her. And that would be it from my side. I'm not sure if I'm able to answer some questions that you would have for her, but I think she will be if she's elected, she will be reached by email, and you can ask her some questions or some ideas, some practical, questions, because for now, that would be it from my side. So thank you.
Thank you, Beatrice, for representing Kaunas Šiauliai candidature. Of course, as our candidate is not here, I see there's a question round written, but maybe the president could specify if we're doing a question round for this candidate, because they're not present with us. So it's not possible to make it, I guess.
Yes, what concerns Šiauliai Academy candidate, we won't be able to ask her questions right now, but I hope that everyone saw her application and in the Google Drive folder we provided. And some technical problems with Victoria, because she just disappeared, and
yeah, maybe we could move on with the president's candidature.
Yes, okay. Also, what concerns president candidacy, Simonas is also not here. He said that he's apologizing to everyone who is right now in the platform, and he sent us a video to present his candidacy, and also you had time to see his application letter and CV. And after that, after I show Simonas presentation, we will be able to ask him questions, if there will be any, by calling him, and he will answer. So right now I'm going to share my screen to show you the video. And also please tell me if you don't hear sound. Okay.
Dear ESNers and guests, I'm Simonas Bendinskas, candidate to ESN Vilnius University President. Sorry for not being able to join today. Sadly, I am part of organizing committee in Gegužinė happening today. My responsibilities in said event were agreed quite a while ago, so I could not just excuse myself out of it. But after event, my priorities will shift toward ESN, so you shouldn't worry about me not showing up for other responsibilities. To those wondering, Gegužinė is a traditional Lithuanian dance party happening during May. Organizing events is somewhat recent knowledge for me, while I've been working for volunteering for around 8 years and counting. From my first experience volunteering to today, quite often I got leader positions either because we need rises or because organizers know me to be reliable in stressful and important situations. People I work with often quite quickly become my friends, and I know there's quite a few of you in this room today. for events I've worked on and in recent years discuss ways with organizers to improve them, various Pope visit, for now Japan, 2 Comic-Con Baltic 3K Month festivals, plus around 10 smaller events. My first experience in organization's leading positions was around 6 years ago when I became a Adidas Federation regional board member, and afterwards around 2.5 years ago when I became IT coordinator in our local section. I've already partly mentioned my personal qualities as leadership and friendliness. Also, I am a hard-working team player. Seen quite a few teams where just needed some motivation and energy boost and always found a way to help them. It is always my priority to make people who came to place I work happy, be it a friend, colleague, participant of an event, or just a passerby. I think it is hugely important to have continuation between old and new team. So my work priorities will start with a smooth transition and knowledge transfer between teams and closing ESN Vilnius University legalization process while continuing to strengthen our relationship with Vilnius University Student Association. Also working with ESN Lithuania and other local sections to ensure strength and growth of ESN in Lithuania. Other issues I've seen for quite a while in ESN Vilnius University is board members and coordinators usually stay only as colleagues and it slows transfer of information between committees and lowers team's efficiency. So team building for board and coordinators will be organized and in turn I believe coordinators will be more motivated to do team buildings for their own teams. Plus I will continue to work on CONUS and Cholet faculty growth. If any big questions arise after my presentation, I will be waiting for a call from current president or vice president. Have a nice day and see you soon.
Okay, so I hope everybody saw and heard Simona's presentation. And right now, if you have any questions, I'm going to call him.
Okay, so if somebody has any questions, write either question or even better, write down your question, because I'm not sure what's going to be the possibility of Simona's hearing you asking the question. So any listeners that would like to ask something?
Can I say and ask at the same time? But I'm not. Okay, Evelina, after Evelina.
Okay, so Evelina, you can proceed with. Wait, I'm not sure, Victoria. Are you going to call Simonas or?
Yes, wait a second. I'm going then to call him.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask Evelina to wait a bit, and maybe Victoria will be able to just ask the questions from the screen, so it would be easier, and then we'll be able to maybe move on with Tigran once the questions are asked, because I guess they don't concern Simonas directly. This technological age is something new.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry, but Simonas is not answering. Okay, I mean, I'm so sorry for these technical problems because actually, yes, as Simonas said, he couldn't participate because he had planned today's event he has quite a long ago. So, and probably, okay, I'm going to.
Okay, so while Victoria is arranging
one more time,
the
so
necessary
maybe
steps.
right now we can proceed with the comments.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna move on with Tigran because I know several people know him from the organization, so they can comment on it more. So Tigran, the stage is yours.
Okay, so because he's not able to be here to like talk about himself, I kind of want to talk about like him as a like a potential president, because he's like I've worked with him like as in labor affairs the whole time, so he's like one of the most reliable persons like for me actually, and like you know, it's always easy to work with him, and you know that like he's doing his things like correctly. He stresses a lot while doing it, but he does it like very well, you know. So I just want to say that Simon is like one of the most reliable people I know from ESN. So I really kind of wish him good luck, and I'm endorsing like his application, you know.
Thank you, Tigran, for the endorsement. And then we can move on to Neringa's thoughts.
So I've been working with Simonas, I don't even remember since how long time ago, as well as Onute, but I really can't remember, a few years. And since he was IT coordinator, he was always helping for me in such events like pub quizzes, like everything what needed equipment, like computers, how is it called, screens, projectors. And I remember him like I was that person. Even Tigran says that he was very stressful, but probably I was more stressed than him always. So he was always like helping me to calm down about if I was thinking that people are not coming. Like for me, he was like a cold thinking person, like not very emotional on these kind of things. And he was always eager to help, even though for him to check the slides, let's say before pub quiz, was not his like duty, but I was like texting him, can you please help, because I have no like have no energy anymore to check the slides 100 times. And he was always here, like even the same day before the event, doing like helping to finish up the things. Like he is really reliable person, as Tigran says. And I remember like we had some issues that he was not finishing a plan. I don't remember, like there was like not like for his committee plan, but I think that everybody has something to work on with. And since he is an old member of this organization, so I believe that he has lots of knowledge and can really improve this organization, the work of this organization. So that was what I wanted to tell.
Thanks, Neringa, for your kind words. Victoria, what's the situation? We can hear you, Victoria. Okay, so while Victoria is doing something, maybe I can move on with my comments. So, okay, Victoria, whenever you're ready. So, basically about Simonas, we also have been working together for a few years. So I would say I know him quite well, even though we haven't been in the same team for the last year, and people can grow through the last year quite a bit. So don't take my word for 100%. But yeah, basically with Simonas, I do remember him as always being there in any situation. So I surely know that he will have time for ESN, because he always had time for ESN in the past. And that's a very important thing for president's position, because it's really time consuming and you really have to be there for the organization, even if things are hard at times. So that's a very important quality of him. And he's also an opinionated person, so I trust that he will basically stand for ESN values and ESN opinion in important discussions with International Relations Office or with WUSA or in ESN Lithuania, and that's important. So even though it was a surprise for me when Simonas decided to be a candidate, usually with presidents, it's a challenge that you have to prepare for, and from what I've seen, Simonas is really prepared for the challenge. So I really do hope that if you elect him, the next year will be very fruitful and challenging for Simonas and for the section, and that after all of this, the section and the president and the whole team will be even more grown as people. So yeah. Thank you, Simonas, for candidating. Not sure if we can proceed with Victoria. If you have any comments regarding the questions that want to be asked.
Yes, so I just called Simonas and he answered me 2 questions, and I didn't manage to ask Agla's question, but I will try to reach him one more time. So first of all, at answering to the first Evelina's question about what will be your steps to keep team very close as Victoria did. So I can comment from both my call before the elections with Simonas and also about this call right now. Simonas' position is that he thinks that formal events is very important for all organization and board and coordinators meetings as well, but he sees that there is a need to have these kind of informal meetings with the team, and when you can go to have these I don't know picnics or just informal gatherings with the team, and like create more not only working bonds but also friendly connections, so that the team won't be only called colleagues, but also a strong friendly team. So these would be his strategies and steps to make the team whole and friendly. And answering to Evelina's second question about what is Simonas going to do with the stress of the position, he said that those who saw him during the events when he was helping us with pub quizzes and karaoke parties, we saw that sometimes during the pub quiz the stress could be so huge because something can go wrong, and there should be a fast reaction and still very calm reaction. And we saw that Simonas, in all the stressful situations, he always stayed calm. And as he pointed right now, that in his opinion, if there is a stressful situation, there should be a person who stays calm, because if everybody starts to stress out, then it makes a chaos and the situation won't be manageable. Also, he said that it is what concerns the events, and what concerns the position itself. He thinks that sometimes the person, even in the president position, has to take some time for himself, herself, just to calm, relax, and get back all the strength they need to proceed with the position. So this would be the answers for those 2 questions. And Okay. I can also comment because we were talking with Simonas, as I mentioned before the elections, and we were discussing his goals and everything. So what concerns HR coordinator, we already discussed that he has some people in mind whom he wants to invite to the team, because he sees the importance of HR coordinator and all the division to the bodies and ESNers. And what concerns the other team, Simonas is also looking forward to actually somehow attract old members, at least few of them, to stay in the organization and take those positions to make the organization stay strong. So it's an answer to Agla's question. Thank you.
And I can see that Nerenga is raising her hand. So Nerenga, do you want to say something?
Yes, I just wanted to feel the Simona's answer, that even though I said about that he's very good in how to say in stressful situations, just to let you know that I sometimes during the events I didn't know that something wrong is happening and everything was fixed. I just got to know that some things were really bad at the event, because of equipment, and he always fixed it in silent without stressing me out. So just that.
Thank you, Nerenga. So I would like to propose to close the speakers list, because as you can see, it's kind of all the technical difficulties are very limiting the possibilities of answering your questions. So hopefully the CV, the motivational letter, and all of the thoughts and questions that are answered today are enough for you to make a decision on. Though sorry, on Simona's behalf, he couldn't be here today. I believe that he really wanted to be, but you know how life goes. So what we have to do, and yeah. So for the official part, I'm proposing to close the speakers list. If there are no objections, I'm just gonna count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so the speakers list is closed, and now, so Victoria, have you managed to get a hold of Victoria?
Yes, so once again, sorry for Victoria's unavailability to be here, because, okay, we reached her. She was going somewhere by the car, and another car hit her car, and she didn't manage to come back home. And right now she's writing down on all the documents needed for the oh my God, I forgot the word. Anyways, the person right now is in huge stress, so it's kind of not totally her fault. Therefore, I would say that you all saw her position, application, and CV in the Drive folder. And from my side, I would just say a few things about Victoria. She was our member before in the Social Erasmus Committee, and right now she's moving to Kaunas, because before she was living in Vilnius, and she was interested in becoming a Kaunas coordinator, because she didn't want to leave ESN if she switches the city. So we are so lucky that we have 3 cities of our section, and everyone can go and live in any of these cities and still be our member. And what concerns, I can't really comment on the goals and strategies of Victoria, but she said that she's interested in this position because she would really love to coordinate all the team, and she would love to make and organize also events from both parts, leisure affairs and social Erasmus events, like going to some animal shelter, blood donation, and etc. So from Victoria's part, it will be it. Thank you.
I really hope that Victoria is okay, because her health is the only thing that matters at the moment. So yeah, drive safely, guys. And obviously we want to have a question round for this because Victoria is not here to answer, but as it was mentioned, you all should have seen her motivational letter. If not, there's still a bit time to get familiar with it. So that, and after these quite not traditional presentations, we're moving on to our voting part of the platform, which is very important. So please pay attention and be present, because every vote matters, especially it matters for the quorum, because we have to reach the needed amount of people. So let's move on to Justinas Kavaliūnas, if he's here with us, to present the voting procedure and explain how it's going to be.
Hi, everyone. Let me just take a second. Sorry, one more second, please.
Of course, don't worry. We still have some time, so.
Yeah, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Justinas.
Yeah, I'm gonna also turn on the camera just to enjoy the countryside for you as well. So, okay, the voting procedure will take place in this form. You've all have gotten an email from iBausa's platform, and down below in the email you should have a voting link. So yeah, when the voting procedure will be started by me, when Onute or somebody will announce it, the voting will start, and we have, as I remember, 8 or 9 questions to vote on. When you vote on the candidates, you have the candidate's name or the option to vote for the none of the above. So please use your votes considerably, and yeah, and also there will be the voting on the approval of the report. So the options will be for, against, and abstain. So yeah, choose one, and well, when Onute will announce the votes, the voting procedure, I will start them. And when you vote on one vote, you'll be automatically transferred to the next vote. So please pay also the attention on that. And if you don't vote on all of the, if you will not have the opportunity to vote on all of the votings, please refresh the page, and you will have to have the chance to do that. So yeah. And if you have any questions, right now would be the time to ask them.
So does anyone have any questions regarding the voting procedure? I'm not going to open a speakers list for this. Only if you have any questions, ask, because it's important that you understand everything. So if you don't, I would like to ask our scrutinizers to get ready. And yeah, Justinas, is everything ready? Okay, so let's proceed with the voting procedure. We will have 15 minutes for it, but if there are any technical issues, we will maybe take some more time. So hopefully we will manage to do everything at once. Yeah, so let's start voting. I'm feeling like in Eurovision right now. So Justinas, has everyone received the needed emails?
From my understanding, yes. So yeah, I've started the voting. If you please check if you can vote on the questions, and yeah, that's.
Okay, guys. So let's say if you have any technical issues or haven't received an email, please write in the chat, and we will act accordingly. Scrutinizers are overwatching your voting, overlooking your voting, and let's say by 30 minutes past 3, we're meeting here again to announce the voting results, if that works for you. If somebody is not on time, we will give a bit more time, but most probably it will be sufficient amount. So 30 minutes past 3. Okay, guys, so the time has come. Hopefully, all of you managed to give your votes. If something was not okay, please tell me now, so we could still stop it. Okay, seems that everything was fine. So let's move on to our scrutinizers, who were really diligently counting the votes and hopefully have something to say to us. Evelina, are you with us?
Yes, I am. I'm just reviewing the votes at the moment. So give me a second. Okay, I believe I skipped several. I need to open. Okay, we have results. So firstly, I will start from approval of ESN Vilnius University annual report. In total, there people who had the right to vote was 25, and 24 out of 25 voted. All of them voted for. About question, who do you elect as ESN Vilnius University Social Erasmus Coordinator for 2021-2022? In total, there was 25 people who had right to vote. In total, 24 voted, and 22. The options were Gabriela Drakšaitė or none of the above. 22 voted for Gabriele, and 2 people voted for none. So Gabriela Drakšaitė is Social Erasmus Coordinator for 2021 and 2022. Third one was, who do you elect as ESN Vilnius University Partnerships Coordinator for 2021 and 2022? In total, there could be 25 votes. In total, voted 24 people. Options were Paula Bazugaite and none of the above. 23 out of 24 voted for Paula, and 1 chose none of the above. So Paula is officially Partnerships Coordinator for 2021 and 2022. Then who do you elect as ESN Vilnius University Public Relations Coordinator for 2021 and 2022? In total, there could be 25 votes, and 24 voted, and all of them voted for Karina Babenok. Sorry. So Karina is now Public Relations Coordinator for 2021, and 2022. And then who do you elect as ESN Vilnius University Kaunas Faculty Coordinator for 2021-2022? Once again, there 25 people had right to vote. In total, voted 24, and options were Victoria Ivanauskaite and none of the above. 22 out of 24 voted for Victoria, and 2 chose none of the above. So Victoria is elected as Kaunas Faculty Coordinator for 2021 and 2022. Who do you elect as ESN Vilnius University Šiauliai Academy Coordinator for 2021 and 2022? Again, 25 people had the right to vote, voted 24 out of 25, and 100% of people voted for Skirmantė Lukšaitė, so she's elected as ESN Vilnius University Šiauliai Academy Coordinator for 2021-2022. Now let's move to who do you elect as ESN Vilnius University Leisure Affairs Coordinator for 2021-2022. So once again, 25 people had right to vote and 24 voted. The options were Abhishek Krishna, Mohamed Zakaria Belmehdi, and none of the above. So 19 people out of 24 voted for Abhishek, 3 for Zakaria, and 2 for none of the above. So officially, new ESN Vilnius University Leisure Affairs Coordinator is Abhishek Krishna for 2021-2022. And then the most important, who do you elect as ESN Vilnius President for 2021-2022? So again, 25 people could vote and only 24 voted. So options were Simonas Bendinskas and none of the above. 23 out of 24 voted for Simonas and 1 abstained. So Simonas is elected as ESN Vilnius University President for 2021-2022.
Thank you very much, Victoria, Žygimantas, and Justinas, for your hard work with counting the votes. Does anyone wanted to say something? Yeah, so just a small technical detail. You will see that there's 26 people written in the links, but there was a problem with Žygimantas' email, so technically there were 25 people voting because one of the emails just went somewhere and no one knows where it went. So yeah, so that's why there's this difference. Oh, did I call Evelina Victoria? Well, you see, we have a lack of Victorias today, so I'm still searching for our lost Victoria. I hope she's in my heart. I hope she's okay. Yeah, and thank you for announcing the results. And now we go to the most fun part, which is closing speech. So I would like to invite our dear President Victoria to say a few words.
Okay, so finally, thank you very much, Onute. And finally, we can say congratulations to all our new team for the next academic year of 2021-2022. And I'm super happy. Okay, Beatrice said that Victoria is okay, nothing serious for her health, but lots of stress, and yeah, we understand that because yeah, sometimes life happens and we can't do anything about it. So I'm really looking forward to see many goals stated and completed by the new team. I'm looking forward to see that our new team doesn't forget that our organization is not only about foreign students, but also about the inner communication, inner relationship, and making bonds. And for this closing speech, I would like to say, first of all, thank you for all the team I had and all the all the ESNers, all the ESN buddies who helped throughout the year, who were always here if we needed help. And also huge thank you for my board members, Beatrice and Yeva, who were always here when I had these breakdowns, and I was like, oh no, I'm not doing this anymore. And they were like, no, wait, it's gonna be okay. So, and I was also, I wanted to say a little bit about when it's like I want to be a little bit more metaphorical. So when I first became the president, after that, I was only an ESN body, as you all know. And at first, I had this huge transition period with Onute, and it helped a lot, of course, and I appreciate that. But still, you know, when you go up from this kind of lower position to this high position, it felt like I was thrown into the huge ocean of ESN. And there were storms and everything in it, but happily, I was thrown to this ocean with a ship. And as I would say, I had the best crew who helped me to survive all the storms, who helped me to survive all the, I don't know, unexpected things that came up during this year. And I'm super happy for all the members who joined later, who didn't who weren't afraid of taking these positions and doing all our goals together. And also, as I like to say, my most favorite expression is that our mistakes don't limit us, only our fears do. So I'm very happy that our new board wasn't afraid to try to go for these elections and to try to be a coordinator for the next, and board and coordinators for the next year. Because if we make a mistake, if you make a mistake, it's not gonna be an end of the world. But if you were afraid to take the step, that would be an end of the world, because you would never know if you can be in this position or no. So. And also for those who were not elected today, I also want to say that don't be afraid, because it only opens other opportunities for you to join other positions, to join maybe even national level or something else. And we're looking forward to see you in our organization anyways, because all of you are strong members of our organization who are making it move forward. Therefore, thank you very much for everyone, and congratulations one more time to our newly elected team.
Yay. Thank you, Victoria, for everything. And so thank you, Victoria, for this wonderful speech. It was really touching. Now we move on to the tears and speeches part. So as you can see, it's not limited. So it's cry and speak as much as you want. If you want to say a few words, you can notify me in the chat. I'm sure I'm gonna try to moderate it, but doesn't really need that much moderation. So yeah, taking the opportunity that I'm here today, I'm gonna also say a few words because I really want to thank Victoria and the whole team for this wonderful year. I tried not to be in your face throughout the semester because I know that everything is already scary and you always feel like you need to live up to some kind of expectations from the previous years and all of that because we have such a huge history as a section. And I just wanted to say that you did so well. Like every time I would see something happening with the section's events or something, I would really be proud of your initiatives because especially during this hard year, the section wasn't really not that good of a position when I left it. So I'm just so happy that you managed to swim through and even improve and leave the section way better than it was. And yeah, that's just a huge thing to be proud of. So even during this pandemic, you managed to keep the students motivated and the ESNers motivated. And even though lots of meetings had to be conducted online, like as you can see, we have many people candidating for the new positions, and that just speaks for itself that people are still wanting to be a part of ESN. So even during this hard time, when ESN admittedly has the hardest time because we're connected with international students, and internet and traveling is kind of restricted right now for obvious reasons. So it's really hard for ESN during this time. But I know that we will come through it together. Maybe without some of the people and with some new people, but I know that you will come through in the end. So thank you guys for this great semester. You were so great. I'm so proud of you. Even though we're finishing this year with less ESNers, because some for some painful reasons had to leave us, but I know that we as a community are very strong, and I hope that in the future ESN will be even stronger. So yeah, everyone that is leaving ESN maybe right now or is moving on to some other parts of maybe to some WUS organization and so on. I just hope that you bring the best memories that you had in ESN with yourself, because that's the main thing that counts, not the positions as it was said, but the people that you met along the way. Because trust me, they will probably play a role for in your lives for a long time. So yeah, and if you have a bit more motivation left, national level is missing many positions. So yeah, we're still looking for applicants. So please come on over if you're interested in mobility. Please come in, and I'm gonna promote mobility officer position too, or revision commission, because I know that this section has so much opportunity, so much potential, and I know we have so many great people. So don't be afraid to share that greatness and kindness and motivation with the whole network, not only the local section. And the newly elected people, congratulations. You might not know this right now, but this is a start of a very great journey. In 2017, I also thought that ESN was going to be just like something, in my life, and now I'm just sitting here. Like, my life literally changed so much during ESN time. So I really wish the best memories for you, because it's going to be so exciting. So thank you, everyone. And if anyone else has anything to say to the outgoing board or to the incoming board, or just in general, feel free to do so.
Okay, I suppose maybe I can say something. I decided to be the team's polite and just raise my small hand in the participants list.
Oh, yeah,
of
thank
course, it's sort of like I never know how polite should I be with these tools. Of course, choosing to say something after such beautiful and emotional speeches by both Victoria and Ona is sort of low-key an ESN suicide, but I will just go ahead and say a few words. First of all, I was actually trying to think about this whether I remember correctly, and I'm 95% sure that I was actually participating in the event where Victoria got elected. I think so. I'm like 95% sure. And at that time I was like, wait, I don't know this girl, but she seems motivated. She seems like she wants to do this. Okay, nice. At that time I didn't really know what to expect. I think sorry if you hear thunder, ignore that. At the end of your presidency, I'm pretty sure that everyone is 100% sure that you did so many amazing things, of course, not only you, but together with your whole team. And I do believe that everyone who is going out of the local board right now as coordinators or as board members should be 100% proud of all of the things that they have achieved. And of course, to the people who got elected today, congratulations. I truly hope to see all of the amazing things that you do in the upcoming year. And I truly hope to see more and more of ESN Vilnius University, of everything that you have to offer. And I know that especially these days, we need to have people with creative ideas, with new initiatives, people who want to take over the world, so to say. And I'm sure that ESN Vilnius University has plenty of people who just are ready to take everything down, move forward, bring new things to ESN, and that's so amazing to see. And just as a side note, I truly support what Ona said about mobility and whatnot. I might have already started attacking on that side to Victoria, but we can discuss whether Victoria you will like to join us one day. I truly hope that you do, and of course. If anyone from ESN Vilnius University still has a little bit of motivation, a little bit of a wish to make things better, we are always looking for motivated people who are ready for a small challenge, which brings back amazing results. So congratulate to the ones who got elected today, and I still hope to see amazing things for the ones who will be transitioning out of the local board. Good luck.
Thank you, Ogne, for your amazing words. And as I'm sorry, I'm blind and can't really recognize the raised hands. Now we have Yeva and Beatrice. I'm not sure who was first. So hopefully no one is going to be angry at me if I ask Yeva to say something, and then we will move on to Beatrice.
Okay, so I will start, and I would like to say thank you for everyone who participated in this local platform, not only the members but the guests as well. Your time spent here is really appreciated. Of course, I would like to say congratulations to everyone who got elected today, and I hope that you will do lots of great work in the future. And I totally believe you 100% that you will have some great new ideas and you will rock in the and of course I would like to remember our current team who is finishing the mandate. I think even though this year was a bit different per se, but I find that we managed to do some amazing things, and we tried to do everything as best as possible. Even though the year, of course, it was not the best, but we really tried and we really put the effort. Since I'm finishing my studies in Vilnius University, I will not. I think that most likely I will be an alumni, but I will be there for you. And if any of the members will have any questions, you can always approach me, and I will be able to answer. Or, for example, if you want some, I'm a pretty creative person, and if you really want to create something new, you can approach me and we might do some brainstorm and create some amazing ideas in the future. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Yeva, so much for our hard work this year, and for the beautiful words, for the new and the old team. And let's move on to Beatrice, and then we'll go to Tigran.
Okay, so it's not that easy, you know, to speak after so beautiful speeches and then to say something new. But I don't know, maybe first I will start with us, with our current team, and I will start from Victoria, because no matter what happened, she was always the leader, and she was not the president who was just president on the papers. She was always motivating us, she was always supporting us. No matter what was happening, she was like, okay, we're all to help each other, we will divide the task, we will do the things together. And she was not always, she was not taking some decisions by herself, because, you know, president could be like dictator and could make decisions by herself, but she was always asking other opinions, asking and discussing things when she was not sure about something. So I think that really this year, even though it was tough, and I think that when we were applying for the positions in July, we're still kind of hoping that maybe, okay, autumn semester will be hard, but in spring definitely we are going to have everything fine and so on. So as we see, nothing like that happens. And I think that previous boards and coordinators had some issues, of course, but I think nobody faced those issues that we had with online events and how to keep our ESNers motivated, how to keep ESN buddies motivated, because some ESN buddies, they don't feel good enough because they couldn't meet their buddies because they're in their hometowns. And there are so many problems that appeared only because of the quarantine that we're having now. And still, as Onute mentioned, also, we are still having so many people who are elected today. People didn't give up. It's still, our organization is still alive, and people are motivated to do new things, to create new ideas, to create new events and so on. So I was just all the time sitting here. I'm very happy that we didn't need to turn our cameras on all the time, because I was smiling and laughing and having so much time, fun time here. And really, I think that in my life, ESN is also, when I joined, I was like, okay, it's just some time I will spend here and so on. But so many things that I learned here, so many things that changed my life and my attitude and everything. So I never thought that organization and people in the organization can change so many things. So I'm very happy that I'm in the ESN Vilnius University. I'm very happy about the experience that I had, even though it was very, very easy, it wasn't this year, but we had also so much fun time, and we had even online events that were really fun. And I didn't think that team buildings online can be so interesting, and we still don't know so many things about each other. Even after team building, we were talking with Yeva and Victoria, and we realized that we are working, we're talking about not only things related to ESN, but we still don't know so many things about each other. So I just wish for the new elected team to be like a family, to know each other more, to talk more, to socialize more, to think not only about Erasmus students and how to make them feel great, but also take care of yourself. Because everything starts from us. When we are motivated, when we feel good enough to share our ideas in committee chats and so on, then organization is shining, ideas are created, visuals are created, and everybody are just happy, and the students are happy, and we are happy too. So congratulations to new elected people. Congratulations to those who survived this tough time and still stay positive and happy. And yeah, I just hope that everybody will feel happy, safe, and healthy. So thank you.
Thank you, Beatrice, for these great words. And now let's move on to Tigran, and then we'll go to Gabia.
Okay, so Hi guys. It's kind of difficult to not repeat whatever others said, especially Beatrice. She really said what we are all thinking, I think, at this moment with this team that we had. Like this year, we had a lot of struggles, a lot of team problems, a lot of motivation issues, and we even talked a lot about this in national platforms, asking like other sections like, hey guys, how are you doing? You know, we did struggle a lot, and this is a bit apparent for us to realize that. And I kind of hope like at this point that the team that is going to be later, and I see that the team is great. Like I was just looking at them, like chatting with other ESNers or like in private messages. Oh my God, the team is gonna be so good, you know. And like so I do believe in you guys. I think you will do amazing jobs, and I hope that you don't face like the same issues that we did, and this whole thing especially end like this global panorama thing like that. So you can do like freely whatever you have the real experience of the ESN, and especially being a coordinator at the ESN, because it's just super fun if you're doing it like if you know how to have fun, you know. So before also thinking about like this thing that you know, like everything about what you're doing is just volunteering for international students. Before that, also remember that you guys are also in this to have fun. So make sure it is what you're doing is having fun, and also make your team have fun too. So it's not only about international students. Make sure your team does very well, okay? And yeah, I hope everybody of you great success, and I think you will do it.
Thank you, Tigran. And now, as I can see, Abby, I would like to say a few words.
I guess no. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, perfect. So, hi guys. I would love to say a few words too. First of all, I would like to thank for the whole team. It was amazing to see how you always were working as a team. That you were those people who always were ready to think out of the box and to deal with all pandemical or just random problems. So that was amazing. Personally, all VSR, and I have no doubt that all Vilnius University are really appreciating the job that you have done in this year. Victoria, I'm really glad that I had a chance to work with you. It was amazing to see how you grow as a leader, how you always were ready to deal with some team problems, how you always were ready to represent and defend your own or even all section position. So that's amazing. And also the biggest congratulations for the new team. It was really nice to hear your speeches, and from now I know that the upcoming year for all platform and all Erasmus students in Vilnius University will be also amazing. So don't forget to celebrate this amazing evening.
Thank you, Gabia. And as I can see, the closing speeches kind of probably are finished. So I would like to take this moment back to Victoria to officially close the platform. So take the stage, please. I'm waiting for your stand-up.
Thank you, Anuta. And yes, I just want to mention because I just a little bit forgot to mention Gabia, our Vilnius University Student Representation Coordinator, PCP coordinator, who was guiding us whole year throughout all the things. I mean, throughout all the issues that we had with legal things and with all the trainings, all the meetings. She was all the time forwarding us, and I don't know, to work with Gabia, it was such a pleasure throughout the year. And the best news is that Gabi is proceeding with her position for the next year. So I wish Simonas the biggest luck, and I am absolutely sure that Gabia will do absolutely fine again, because it was such a support for us. Yes, and one more time, thank you very much for everyone, for all your kind words, for all year, and thank you. And also, sorry, I wanted to say a huge thank you for Onute, who agreed to be our moderator today. And I think it's a nice start for a great tradition to make these, moderators, for example, last presidents. And also,
see you next year, Victoria.
Or maybe Onuta. I mean, last presidents, all of them. And also, I really want to thank Šarūnas Galinis, who documented everything we had today, because we had a lot. And I mean, it was just a great job, I believe. Yes. Thank you very much, Šarūna. You are our hero today, today's hero. And also, I would also like to say thank you for Žygimantas and Evelina and Justinas Kavoliūnas and Tomas Mikna, who made a stream. Thank you very much for everyone, and I hope that we're not losing our connections, that we will, after the pandemic is going down, we're going to have some picnics, some informal events, and yes. So I would like to say that this platform is officially closed. And I guess the stream has already